glorious day down here.
Oh, the sun is shining. It's beautiful here, and I got to go back to the dentist tomorrow morning. In fact, I'm not working tomorrow.
Oh, I won't talk to you again until Friday.
Well, where are you going to be Thursday?
New York.
Oh, and I got that short show on Thursday, and hopefully on Friday with that Hurricanes. You go Canes. Yeah, I got chipped. Well, I didn't really chip. That's a long story. It's boring.
Yeah, maybe I should go to Greensboro with everybody else and check out the Canes.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
No, I don't think I'll be doing that.
Now, the New York Daily News I noticed today, because Jermaine Jackson was on with your buddy Larry last night, which I channel surfed to see who he's got on. But I was fascinated because the last couple of days I've been reading these stories on the air from the New York Daily News about this tell-all book he was going to write, Jermaine Jackson, about Michael. And last night, all of a sudden, like, he got hit by a lightning bolt, and he retracted everything. He never said this, and he never wrote that, and bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-boop. And I'm wondering, well, how come he didn't sue the Daily News then? You know, it would seem like a massive lawsuit. And I look in the Daily News today, and there's nothing. I mean, it's like they never even wrote the other stuff. So, who knows what evil lurks. And, of course, poor Kirby Puckett, he's dead.
Yep.
And Dana Reeve is dead. Chris Reeve's wife, she's dead. 44. Died of lung cancer, never even smoked.
Yep.
They're dying like flies, man. Kirby Puckett, of course, the fact that he weighed 700 pounds or whatever he weighed probably didn't help. You see the picture of him at the Hall of Fame ceremony?
Yeah, he was heavy to start with. He really ballooned up.
He looked like Marlon Brando in his last couple of years.
Yep.
I saw the biography on Biography Channel. I taped it a couple nights ago. It was a 2-hour deal, and I watched it last night. Brando. Great actor, but boy, he was sure. I guess you could say he had issues. Man. He had issues. And he had like 10 children by about a whole bunch of different wives.
Yep.
And he bought that island in the South Pacific in Tahiti. And something I didn't realize, he had a big battle. You know, when he went to acting school in New York, his roommate, I knew this, was Wally Cox, you know, Mr. Peepers.
Huh.
You didn't know that?
No.
And they were very close, literally and figuratively. But at any rate, so when Wally Cox died, he had a big battle with Wally's mother over who would get the ashes. He was cremated, and Marlon she finally gave in because she felt that he needed them more than she did. At least that's what they said in the biography. Wow. So anyway, he kept the ashes. And then when he died, his ashes and Wally Cox's ashes were sprinkled in the hills of, like, I don't know, Arizona or some damn place. I don't know.
Mr. Peepers and Marlon Brando, huh?
Yeah, they were peeping.
Peeping and hiding, creeping and hiding.
Marlon was doing everybody that was breathing, I guess. Basically, you know, he's just a wild and crazy guy, you know.
Well, he made one of the strangest sexual movies that.
Last Tango in Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was did you see it?
No.
It was really weird, the whole thing. It was just,
well,
it was a little
so was he.
Tough to concentrate on. But
make him an offer he can't refuse.
And they showed that it was, he was, I guess, the third choice for Don Corleone.
Who was the first one?
I forget. Well, let's see. It was the three who were up for it were Sir Laurence Olivier was one of them, and I forget who the other one was. And Brando was like third choice, but Coppola wanted him. And so when he went, they forced him to audition for it. And when he went to audition, he was the one who came up with the idea of like putting the cotton in the cheeks and the whole deal, and he was just blew them away, you know.
Yep. You know, it's George came to my rescue this morning. I was trying to remember the line. You know, they extradited this gangster, this ecstasy kingpin from Israel.
Right.
And he's flying to Miami.
Well, let me tell you something, my Nick friend.
Yeah.
And I expect when they put a microphone in front of him, he will say, "I'm just a retired investor with a pension."
Right, like Hyman Roth.
Yep. So, but he's a little younger than Hyman Roth.
You know, Brando was, he never finished high school, and I don't think it was a put-on. I mean, he talked, they showed an early interview in his early acting days, and he was like, he couldn't speak, he mumbled, and so he went to acting school, what was the Shakespearean movie he did? Whatever it was that he did.
Julius Caesar.
Yeah, Julius Caesar. And so he went and took elocution lessons to be able to do that role. They showed him speaking very eloquently. It was just an amazing kind of guy.
I thought his best role was on the Waterfront.
Yeah.
He was great.
Well, he won the Oscar for that.
Terry Malloy. He was incredible in that movie.
Eva Marie Saint.
Yep.
Lee J. Cobb.
But the character he played, his name was Terry Malloy.
Yeah, Lee J. Cobb.
First line of the movie.
And Carl
They
Malden
threw
was in
Joey
it, too.
Doyle off the roof.
Carlton Malden was home in that movie with the big nose. He said, "Don't leave home without it."
Yeah.
First time he said that. Yeah, that was a great movie.
The two guys standing down in the bar, and they threw
And what
the
about
guy off the roof.
what about
and
Stella?
I
What
think
about
they
that?
just threw somebody off the roof, and the other
Yeah.
guy said the boy could sing, but he couldn't fly.
Mm-hmm.
Great
Had
stuff.
some issues though. There was the thing with his son. Shot the daughter's boyfriend. I don't know what that was all about. What was it? Christian.
Christian.
He was a good Christian. And then they showed the thing for Godfather when he won the Oscar for that, and he sent the Indian chick, and they showed the clip. And they were booing her like crazy. They practically booed her off the stage.
Cheyenne. Cheyenne.
He had written this long speech for her to make, and they nixed it because she had 1 minute. She had 60 seconds, and the speech would have gone on for half an hour. And so she came on, well, he doesn't want to accept it. He can't accept this award because the way the American Indians have been treated, blah, 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 and the crowd starts booing and hissing.
So when he did Mutiny on the Bounty was when he got into Tahiti and decided to buy that island, right?
I guess.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, George. Again.
Well, I just saw it last night, but listen, I was just at the dentist, man. He didn't really do anything, but
So you're going back tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning I got to go back, and he's going to do all the tefillin. He said it's almost Purim. It's time for tefillin. Something like that.
Funny,
he said, don't eat no Hamantaschen before I fill those holes up in it. Yeah, see, this was a tooth that crumbled about, I don't know, a few years ago. And so my dentist down there put like a temporary, like a ceramic tooth on the outside. And I'm eating something the other day, and all of a sudden I felt like something crumble, and like, oh, gee, there must have been something in that meat, and it was my tooth and the filling, yeah. So I got to go have them put it back together again.
Okay, well.
But other than that, thank God I found me a good dentist here. Now all I got to do is get off my ass and call my doctor. I got a really good family practitioner. Lives in my building here, in my building. So I call him, and I can do all my doctoring here. I think you had the right idea. Just cross the border to Niagara Falls, New York, stay for a weekend. They got that good. They got a big casino over there.
Yeah.
And then get my passport stamped. I think my days in Florida are numbered in single digits. I just can't deal with it. This is not for me. I mean, there's some things in life that are for us, and there's some things that are not for you. Everybody's got their own bag. It's not my bag. You catch my drift?
Down here they have their own bags, yeah.
Oh, no. There he goes again.
I didn't mention him.
No, I know who you were thinking of. Or at least I was, anyway. Yeah, Papa's got a brand new bag. It has a different meaning in Florida than any place else.
That's right.
You can be sure of that. Yeah, I think that real rude awakening was my last flight up here. I told you I was sitting there in Fort Lauderdale Airport, and the wheelchair brigade came along. They had five people in wheelchairs lined up to put on first to come on this flight up here. And I thought, what? Of course, that's Broward, The average age in Broward is death. God, so many old people. I guess that is good, though, to come there once in a while, because no matter how old you are, you feel very young.
I'm coming back on Thursday, and I'm flying from
that.
Newark.
You make me feel so young, huh?
I'm flying Newark to Fort Lauderdale on Thursday. Can you imagine what that crowd's going to be like?
Oh, my God.
Oof.
Talk about the aroma from those overflowing bags.
Oh, God.
Yeah, when they have the flights to Broward, to Fort Lauderdale, they had, instead of having the puke bag and the thing, they have a different kind of bag for each seat. Just in case. Just in case you want to hook up your
Cube.
Keep you going for a couple hours. So you're going to be in New York for what?
I'm doing a television show there Wednesday night on ESPN. I have to go up
God,
there.
I remember when ESPN was really good. Who the hell? Was your buddy? He just trashed ESPN. Who was it in the Post?
Oh, Phil Mushnick?
Phil Mushnick.
He does it every day. He hates
ripped
ESPN.
Ass. Really?
Every
Based
day.
on what? I never read the Post because it's right-wing garbage, but
he does it to the point where it's just gotten tiresome,
Yeah.
It's the same stuff all the time.
But they got a good sports section. Well, tabloids always have the better sports section. For example, when I came back from the dentist this morning, I stopped. Every day I get the Toronto Star and the Toronto Sun. We have 4 papers here, and those are the 2 I get. Star is very liberal, and it's pretty good, but the Sun is it's a Rupert Murdoch. It's a right-wing piece of crap, but the sports section is great because it's a tabloid. That was the paper I handed to a Barry Jackass at the airport that day. And I said, you ever read this paper? He said, no. I said, well, take a look in the sports section. You'll see what a real sports section is like, Barry, you idiot. Yeah, I did that. And he looked at oh, okay, I'll read it now. What you say about me is true. Yeah, I know, Barry. I can tell by looking at you. You idiot.
You fairy.
God. What a little tub.
Chicago has a good tabloid sports section too.
The Sun Times.
No, is it the Sun Times? Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, the Tribune is as stale as last year's.
No, I'm not talking about the Tribune.
No. I'm just saying that's the choices you got.
There was the American too, but
remember the day? Yeah, there was, and of course there used to be the Record American in Boston. I mean, every city had like 4 or 5 newspapers. New York had half a dozen.
You know how many papers New York used to have?
About 10.
15.
Yeah. There was the Mirror. There were all kinds of papers.
The News and the Mirror.
Herald.
The Herald
Examiner,
Tribune.
whatever.
The Times, the Herald
Tribune. Yeah, we
got
4 dailies here, and that's pretty unusual. So that should tell you that there are actually people here who read a newspaper.
The Journal American, the World Telegram, and Sun. There used to be afternoon papers.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, once upon a time when we had the Miami News.
Yeah.
And then the Fort Lauderdale, you remember the Fort Lauderdale Times? It was the Sun Sentinel afternoon edition. Remember that?
I don't remember that.
Oh, yes. Wasn't it called the Times?
I don't know.
It was the afternoon edition of the Sun Sentinel. There used to be a morning edition and the afternoon edition. It was published by the Sun Sentinel, but it was an afternoon paper. Oh, yeah, we used to have 4 papers, basically. And then the news, of course, the problem with the news is that the circulation was controlled by the Herald, so they were always the ugly stepchild.
Yep.
And then they got tired of, keeping them alive.
Made sure they put them out of business.
News was pretty good. How's my old friend Howard Kleinberg doing?
He's okay.
Does he? Do you know that for a fact?
Yeah. He just did a book.
Really?
On the history of Miami
Beach. I used to
Beach.
see Howard and his wife at the hockey games all the time. And then, of course, I used to work with his son Elliot back in the old days, back in the day.
He did a book on the history of Miami Beach tourism.
By the way, I can tell now that Howard was always in favor of casino gambling. That was his one thing that he felt bad about. They used to editorialize, I guess because they didn't want to piss off the Herald. So the news would editorialize against it, too. But he secretly was in favor of it.
Oh, yeah.
Not that you're ever going to have it. I mean, you got the slots. I don't think it's going to go much further. And by the way, can I ask you a stupid question about that?
Yeah.
Now that the slots have been approved, and I would imagine within 2, 3, 4 months you're going to have them going. Huh?
July.
Well, let's see, March to April, May, June. That's 4 months.
Yeah.
How come the Indians haven't already switched over yet?
I think they're in the process of...
Are they really? I mean, it would seem to me that I would be doing that right now since it's been made legal, at least in Broward. You'd think that the Hard Rock would already be putting...
It's not legal for them. It's just legal for the parimutuel facility.
No. You don't understand. The deal with the Indians is whatever is legal in the state is that they can do it. And, of course, the fact that that's legal in Broward, they should be able to pick up and take right off with it. And, of course, I know they want to do the whole Class 3 gaming now with the, craps and the whole deal. But it would seem to me that their slots ought to be the real machines now, man.
They should be.
Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, as soon as the tracks put them in.
Why is that? Why do they have to wait for that? I mean, I hope they do, because I'd rather see the parimutuels do well rather than give them the money,
I think it has to do with the legislation.
No.
You don't think they'd have them in there by now if they could?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I know they're selling those cancer sticks to the white people. I know
That's
that.
a different business.
Yeah.
Either one of them can kill you, though.
That's right. Well, the gambling kills you a little more slowly.
Yeah.
They extricate your money more gently. Not. Well, listen, have a great day. I'm going to be at the dentist tomorrow, so I'll see you. And then you're in New York.
All right.
You're going to be back on a Friday?
Yes.
Now, what day is Purim? Do we know that? Maybe
it's right around St. Patrick's Day, I think.
I think it's the 16th, something like that.
Like I said, right around
Maybe
St.
you bring
Patrick's.
back a couple of dozen stale Hummintoschen from New York.
Get some green dreidels.
There you go for St. Patty's Day.
Yeah. All right. I hope all goes well for you tomorrow.
Do we still get the green bagels?
Yeah.
Remember those at Iowa? We used to get green bagels every year?
Yep.
Well, that's a problem at QAM. Too many goyim. Okay, have a good trip.
All right. Don't suffer too much tomorrow.
No, it'll be a piece of cake.
All right.
In fact, they're giving me a piece just to calm me down. See ya.
That's a good thing. Bye.
Hey, all you time-stealing weasels, now you can watch TV from anywhere. This is Jim Mandich, and I want to tell you about the greatest product to hit the market in years. Introducing Slingbox. Slingbox turns any computer into a TV receiver. If you're at work, watch a game. On the road and want to watch local teams in your hotel room,
sure. They download in 24 hours of each other.
Watch whatever you want from your computer. Slingbox has won numerous awards and is the greatest electronic gadget to come out in years. While you're here at WQAM.com, click on the Slingbox logo and you will learn all about this awesome new electronic gadget. And if you're a time-stealing weasel, somebody that wants to catch all the latest sporting events at work, on the road, or anywhere from your computer, now you have a chance to...
Got you down.
All right.
you're feeling perplexed. I said, young man, want to date your own sex. I said, young man, here's what you must do next. If you want to practice your faith, young man, there's a place you can chill. I said, young man, if you're a $3 bill, you can pray there, and then you may convert. They won't treat you like a pervert. It's fun to pray at the Episcopal Church. It's fun to pray at the Episcopal Church, yeah.
All right.
Their new bishop's now straight, and there is no doubt he's 100% out. It's fun to pray at the Episcopal Church. It's fun to pray at the Episcopal Church, yeah. They do not persecute. You can worship in peace. You can marry a girl named Steve. Episcopal Church. It's fun to stay at the Episcopal Church, yeah.
You fairy.
Young man, we will let you right in. Young man, we sing show tunes not here.
10:13 already at 560 WQMC. I never realized I was going to be in such fine fiddle after my dentist visit this morning.
Yeah.
Of course, he didn't do anything, but that's beside the point.
Think you're going to get the gas tomorrow? Does he have that?
I think he might give me the gas. It's very possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, only he's not German.
Oh, well, that's good.
Anyway, let's take a look at what's going on here. We got dead people all over the place. We got that pool to deal with, and had a nice chat with Clarence yesterday. And remember in Godfather 3? And George Hamilton says to the Archbishop, who later, of course, would get shot, but
right.
He says to the Archbishop, we had a deal, you know, when they're like trying to back out, when they're like sticking it to Michael there over at the Vatican. And the Archbishop says, we have an understanding. Remember that?
Right.
We have an understanding. So we have an understanding. Everything's fine.
Good.
We're on the same page. In fact, I'm actually going to play the cleaned up that Enron thing for Josh Cordes there in the next when we come back.
Okay.
Just to show you what well, not really a fine job, but it'll do. 10:14 at 560 WQM. We got Bo again today at 2. In case you're ready for that, we got Curtis for the Mad Dog at 4. They might get overworked. Hurricane Hotline from 7 to 9 at Bernie Kosar Steakhouse in South Miami. The Beast at Bernie's at 9 and ABK at 10 o'clock. No ball games. Panthers lose again in overtime. The shootout last night. They got a point, but what's the point? No chance at the playoffs. They got about as much chance in the playoffs as the Leafs, even less than them. Two teams going nowheres. So I would unload. Keenan, I would unload, baby, by Friday. Get with it. Start rebuilding. You got no shot. Hey, Beach Ford is gone, man. They got a good shot for you.
Get, baby. I had a lot of money in my 401k. With that run, with that run. But it went down the toilet in just one day. With that run, with that run. Yeah, they cooked the books. Yeah, those freaking crooks. But now they're on the run. And then run, and then run. I used to get a paycheck that was nice and fat. From Enron, from Enron. Now I'm asking if you'd like fries with that. Screw Enron, screw Enron. That greedy CEO should be someone's home when they sent him to death row. From Enron, from Enron. Yeah, I have no loot, and I want to shoot all the scum. And then run, and then run.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Now, see, I just buried that thing. See that?
That was great.
I was.
Right under the waka
How about
waka.
I could put Josh on the spot there again?
Right.
Anyway, what was the worst movie of 2005 we asked yesterday? And 1,426 votes. Now, 33.6% of you didn't see any movies of 2005. I think you need to get out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Or even if you're a
some-
shut-in, you know, that's what DVDs are for.
That is correct. Get some BVDs. Shove some BVDs in your DVDs.
Right. Get Netflix or
Or
something.
see it the other way around. Didn't see any 480. Dukes of Hazzard 183. One hands down your pantaloonies into your BVDs. I Hate This Pool 116. Bare Ass Mounting 112. A very good choice. Piece of crap. War of the Worlds 85, Douche Bigelow, European Gigolo 78. I think we just like the way that sounds.
Right.
I'd like to say that all day.
Say it again.
Bewitched 68, Douche Bigelow. Get Rich or Die Trying 43, Star Wars 3, the Revenge of the Sith. And
Yes,
most
it
people
was.
felt it was a piece of Sith. 33.
Seething.
No matter how you rearrange those letters. I'm sure that's what he had in mind. And what is? I'm going to ask you again. What is a Sith?
You don't
Yeah.
want to know.
Think about it.
They're a race.
I see. House of Wax 31, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy 24, Doom 21, Fantastic Four and Stealth had 20 apiece, King Kong 18, Harry Potter, Goblet of Fire 16. Aren't those kids getting tired of his ass already? God.
No, I wish though.
Oh, jeez. Electra 16, The Constant Gardener, so bad that it'll make you want to go out in the garden and just bury your head in the dirt. 15, Just a Piece of Mung. Aeon Flux had 10, Hide and Seek 8, the Gregory DeBio, Hide and Seek. You know, I think he could be in the Guinness Book of Records for the fewest return phone calls in the history of any general manager in the radio business.
I'll
In
check the
fact,
record book.
Of anybody, period. Forget about radio, huh?
I'll check the record books.
Yeah, check the Guinness Book of Records. I think he's in there for fewest return phone calls. Supercross the movie 7. See, what he would do is he would make a deal like with Rimmer or Defo or somebody. Then, okay, well, when do I start? And they would call and leave messages, and he would just never return the call. Guess Who's 6, Alone in the Dark 5, Domino 5, the Fats Domino story, and thank God he's walking in New Orleans. He's okay. The Fat Man. He was always my favorite. Into the Blue 4, Mamere finally got one. Aren't you pleased? I have no idea what that is.
I don't know.
If
It
I'm
sounds
saying it right.
filthy.
Mamere.
Oh.
It's 9 songs won, and Undiscovered had the big.
Oh.
So I guess it really is Undiscovered. Nobody knows what that is. So those were the worst movies. Reading all kinds of stuff about Crash. In fact, when I was at the dentist waiting in the last week's Time magazine, they were predicting that Crash was probably going to beat out Bare Ass Mounting. And of course, what's the the director's name, who also is the co-writer?
Of
Haggis.
Crash?
Paul Haggis.
Oh, okay.
He also was the co-writer of the one that won last year. What was the movie that won last year?
You're asking me?
Geez. Huh?
You're asking me?
Oh, I just got through reading it. But anyway, he's a Canadian boy. He's from somewhere. He's Canadian.
Still can't get over that review you read yesterday. What a pile of
Well,
crap
that's why I
stew
read it.
that
It
guy.
goes to. Hey, I got news for you. This will come as a great dismay to you. But there are a whole bunch of reviews like that, and like the Time magazine article, which praised it a lot, but it said that it's one of those movies you either love it or you hate it, and there are a lot of these suits who hate it, and pretending, of course, that they don't
Right.
get it, or maybe they're just so stupid they don't get it.
And the same suits were probably raving about Broke-Ass Mountain.
Oh, of course, I don't think there's any question about that. Although even Roger Ebert, he was the most enthusiastic about Crash. He said it
Good.
was he predicted it would win, and
Good.
she also said it was one of the great all times.
It is.
I know it is. I love it. With me, it's like Magnolia. I don't know what there is not to like. I mean, you want to make a song to dance about the end.
Sorry.
That's, when a movie goes on for 3 hours, for Christ's sakes, like
Well, it's
Magnolia,
not about
I mean,
that.
enough is enough already. We could have
I
Magnolia,
agree,
too.
but
In
still.
fact, it's interesting. The movies that should have sequels, they're the ones that never do.
Right?
The movies that should not have sequels, they're the ones that do. And the sequels almost always suck. San Antonio to the Marlins include locals. I am so tired of this. Very jackass, and I'm sure all of you are too. Why do I even waste my time on this? San Antonio, which is expected to present a stadium funding proposal to the Marlins this week, already has established one prerequisite. The team must add San Antonio area minority owners if the Marlins move there. In a telephone interview, Bexar County Judge Nelson Wolf said he discussed the matter with the Marlins, who apparently don't have no problem with it. Wolf said he hasn't presented names of any minority owners to the Marlins, hasn't spoken with Jeffrey Lurie yet, but bada-beep, bada-boop, bada, et cetera and so on. Bunch of crap.
By the way, $1 Million Baby won.
That's the
last
one.
year.
Thank you so much. And he co-wrote that, or he wrote it, Paul Haggis.
what a
He's on a
bastard.
roll. In fact, after he did that movie, he had a heart attack.
See?
What do you mean?
After he did $1 Million Baby?
Right.
God punishing him.
Well, who was in that?
Clint Eastwood, Morgan
Oh,
Freeman.
it was a Clint Eastwood.
That,
That was
that
the
tragedy
one,
movie.
Baby. I see.
Hide the razor blade.
I didn't see that.
You're lucky.
Anyway, now it's interesting. You want to believe? See, I think 44. Although now they're saying Kirby Puckett was 45. But the article I have from SportsIllustrated.com says Kirby Puckett died Monday, a day after the Hall of Fame outfielder had a stroke at his Arizona home. He was 44. And it's got a picture of him during his induction to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2001. If he doesn't weigh 45,000 pounds, then my name is Ish Kabibble, okay? He's just enormous. And, like I said, I just saw that clip they showed of him with the Twins, hitting one out, and Even then, when he was playing baseball, he was as big as a house and had an ass. He made Cecil Fielder look like a child.
Yeah, Puckett was
Huge.
always packing.
Oh, my God. He was big. He died at St. Joseph's Hospital and Medical Center in Phoenix. He had been in intensive care since having surgery at another hospital following his stroke Sunday morning. He carried the Twins to World Series in 87-91 before his career was cut short by glaucoma. The hospital said Puckett was given last rites and died yesterday afternoon. On behalf of Major League Baseball, I am terribly saddened by the sudden passing of Kirby Puckett, said Baseball Commissioner Pud Selig. He was a Hall of Famer in every sense of the term. He played his entire career with the Twins. He was an icon in Minnesota. And once upon a time on CNN, the former black news anchor, and I don't know who the hell it was or what it is, he's gone. That fat guy, remember he called him Kirby Puckett, but it didn't say Puckett. Remember? Start with a different letter in the beginning.
I remember.
Like there was an H between the P and the U. And I thought to myself, P-U. Remember that guy? Was that big fat black news anchor on CNN? It's long gone now.
I don't.
And also, Christopher Reeve's widow dies. Yeah, you remember I told you when it happened. You were sitting right...
yeah, but I forgot.
Oh, I didn't. Because then he corrected it, and he just kept going right along like he never said it. You know, I mean, if anybody would have said that on CNN, worldwide TV, they probably should just get up and walk off the set. Dana Reeve, who won worldwide admiration for her devotion to her Superman husband Christopher Reeve through his decade of near-total paralysis, also died of lung cancer at 44. 44 is not good. Let's see, Robbie Niedermeyer used to be number 44 for the Panthers. Who else is 44? I think Leroy Kelly in the Browns was 44. I'm pretty sure, yes. You know any other famous 44 athletes, Josh? 44?
Tom Rathman.
I beg your pardon?
Don't know who that is?
No.
Not too
Tom
many 44s.
Rathman, you mean? Rathman?
That's what I just said.
You said Radman. R-A-T-H?
You want me to rewind the dat?
No need to do that. Reeve, a singer-actress who gave up some of her own career to be one of the nation's best-known caregivers, died late Monday at Memorial Sloan Kettering Medical Center. As a matter of fact, she died on the same day as Kirby Puckett, just hours later. She wasn't a smoker, but announced in August that she'd been diagnosed with lung cancer. That's really a bitch. Probably that secondhand smoke. All you obnoxious smokers out there, cut the crap.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
And they don't come any worse than Neil Rogers.
This is Mo Howard, David, and I'm here to tell you about my new product, Essence of Mo. Now, it's a candle, see, that smells just like me as I walk this earth. And seeing that I'm a happily married man, I don't have that gay guy smell. It's a delightfully aromatic blend of Al Frankincense and myrrh ribbon. Ooh, smell that? Smells like the 1950s. But you didn't know the 1950s smelled like toast. And not to mention that the Essence of Mo candle gives you something to do while you're watching golf. Like pouring the hot liquid in your eye. Like this. You get used to it, though, see? And now look what you made me do.
10:33. Watch your language now, sweetheart. 27 till 11 at QAM. So anyway, we got the van going out today in a place where there might actually be some action.
Right.
Noon to 2, the QAM van will be at the Shell gas station at the corner of University Drive and Broward Boulevard, right next to that veterinarian that I stopped using. Noon to 2, and that'll be with the
About 30, man.
CDs and commemorative T-shirts, $20 a piece, and all the proceeds benefit Abandoned Pet Rescue in Fort Lauderdale. And then 7 to 10 tonight, Josh Cordes will have the merchandise with him at the Hurricane Hotline at Bernie Kosar Steakhouse, where he'll be eating a free meal.
Yes, I will be.
That's at 5960 Southwest 70th Street, just 2 blocks west of US 1. What was it, that Brett? Is he still there, by the way, Brett?
I still see him around.
No. Was he the one that went down there to Bernie Kosar's, and because he was in the sales department for about 5 days at that point, demanding all kinds of free meals, and he wanted this, and he wanted a big salad and a big steak? Was that him?
Yes.
What a jackass. Well, I sure hope that somebody tells Chris Jones about it. Well, he'll find out for himself. So there's two chances. Now, we had $12,005 as of that disaster yesterday, after that deal, on Calle Ocho. I think it's pretty amazing that we did over $400 there when you come right down to it.
It is amazing.
A lot of our people put their lives in jeopardy by driving into that area. Who is the woman you most desire? That's our poll today, 691 votes. Jessica Alba, 118. She was on the Oscars the other night. She looked just fine. I think she's a little overrated. She's fine, don't get me wrong.
She's hot.
Huh?
She's no Scarlett Johansson.
Well, that's your opinion.
That's right.
Jessica Alba 118, Halle Berry 105. She's wet on Jessica's ass.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
In fact, I think they're doing the. Well, what's wrong with Jennifer Connelly? Don't we want to put her on here?
She's not on there?
No, she's not on there. Well, I didn't want to add a whole lot
All
to
right.
these.
I love Jennifer Connelly.
In fact, this was based on a poll somewhere. Oh, here it is. It was in. Where is this thing from? Something I found on the internet. StoriesIndobase.com. Where was this poll taken? The 99. Oh, she beat 99 other famous women to top list of women that American men desire would want for their girlfriend. But where is this? Who took the poll? Oh, AskMen.com. That's where it is. So see, if I'd have done a little bit more homework, I could have had the whole list of 100 on there, and that would have really PO'd Eric. But then it wouldn't be no fun today because nobody would call anything in. So let's add Jennifer Connelly. Jessica Alba 118, Halle Berry 105, Angelina Jolie 95. She's still stuck in the basement. Charlize Theron 75, Theron. Scarlett Johansson 67, Natalie Portman 38, Eva Longoria 35. Britney Spears, 32. She's dropped many notches on the totem pole. She's tainted goods. None. I'm a straight female. 29. That is shocking. We have 29. That's 4% of this vote so far from a straight female. Not to count the Bulldogs we got. That is. Aren't you impressed?
I'll count them. I'll count the Bulldogs if you
Jessica Biel, 20. No, you won't. Jessica Biel, 27. I said Bulldogs. I didn't just say Dykes. I said Bulldogs. I don't think you're. None. I'm gay, 22. We got more women than gay males. I hate this pool, 20. Adriana Lima, 15. Who's that?
Victoria's Secret model.
Oh. Maria Menounos, 9. Was she a Menudo?
Yeah.
Sienna with Ricky Martin, no doubt. They probably took some golden showers together. Sienna Miller, 4. Emery, 2. And Jennifer Connelly just went on there, 697. We're going to make 1,000 again today, boys and girls. I can feel it. I can smell it. Can't you smell it?
I'm smelling something.
Yeah.
Okay,
probably
I'm not.
this
I'm all
call.
stuffed up.
WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
how are you this morning?
Excellent.
Amazing that I got through. Neil, Cheney was in Broward County yesterday at the Boca
Yes,
Hotel.
Correct. Talking crap for Clay Shaw, yeah.
So I'm coming home. I live just off of Hillsborough and Federal. I'm coming home, and there's a cop at every single street on a motorcycle not letting you go down any streets. I said, listen, I live right there, 3 houses away. All right, fine, you can come in. So there's a library where I live. They're not letting anybody out on Federal. So I never get home this early, Neil. Guess what? I went out and stood on the side of the street, and as he went by, I gave him the big mafangu and told him to go screw
All
himself.
right. Excellent.
All right.
Good job, Pally.
That made my day,
Better be
Neil.
careful, though, because he might just, resort to drastic methods.
Well, there was 2 doctors standing beside me, and they said, you're not going to give him the finger. I said, oh, what?
Why not? Why the hell not?
Absolutely. You know,
Listen,
it's amazing. Bush screwed up and didn't. Did you see that? Bush didn't do his absentee ballot for the elections in Texas today.
Yeah.
And they're flying friggin' Air Force One down there so he can vote in a local election.
Absolutely. Oh, you bet.
What's
Well,
that
it'll
only
cost
cost?
us a couple $1 million. That's right.
I was just going to say 400,000 or 500,000.
No money for those poor schleppers in New Orleans, but we got plenty of money to fly his dumbass around. You got it. Okay, good luck, you Pally. It's been nice knowing you. You got screaming and yelling. But just calm down. They're going to come and drag his ass away. If you give, the Italian salute to the vice president, they will, Secret Service, they're watching. They will jot down your address, and in the middle of the night, they'll come away and take away your whole family, including you.
Because they have visas.
That's correct. No mistake about it. It's in the Patriot Act. You can do that. WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
for the poll, Giselle Bundchen.
Who is it?
Giselle Bundchen.
Giselle
Bundchen. Right.
Bunchen.
She sits funny, so her underwear is always
I
bunching.
see. It's her underwear's bunching?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Bunching up. She's a model.
Oh, another model.
Like Sports Illustrated, 108.
Well, what about Janet Jameson? Do you want to put her on there?
I don't.
I'm sure a lot of people do. Well, let's get her on there, right?
Sure.
She's going to get votes. I mean, if we're going to start putting models and porno actresses on there, might as well,
You're the one that brought that up.
Let's go. What?
You're the one that brought that up.
Well, I'm an old pervert. Why the hell not? I know who that is. I've seen her work.
Yeah,
I've seen her work it. I got some bad radio news for you. Wow, this is from the New York Post. Air America. You better strap yourself in.
I'm strapped.
Hour and 20 minutes till Franken.
Yeah.
Air America is close to losing its New York flagship station, knocking Al Franken and his liberal colleagues off the air on their second anniversary. The network has a 2-year lease with WLIB, AM 1190 in New York, that's reportedly set to expire April 1st, and at least one reliable report says it is extremely likely the deal will not be renewed. Or, to turn it the other way around, it's extremely unlikely that the deal will be renewed. Got it?
Got it.
How do you like that? Losing its New York outlet would be a serious blow to the fledgling liberal radio network. Radio equalizer blogger Brian Maloney, who ain't full of baloney, he blew the whistle on questionable loans to the lefty network last year, published the first report that WLIB was on the verge of evicting Air America sometime soon. Air America's options for a new home are not promising either. All of the city's other strong signal stations are spoken for, leaving only weak signal fringe stations that don't cover the entire city in the burbs. Air America parent Peacock LLC has reportedly been paying inner-city broadcasting, controlled by former Manhattan Borough President Percy Sutton and his son Pierre, $2.5 million a year to Air Franken and others. In other words, they're buying their way on the air, kind of like the guys across the street there. You know, they're Jefferson Pilot and we're Autopilot, those guys.
Right.
An Air America spokeswoman told the Post it's business as usual and declined further comment. Well, what does that mean? In other words, it's not looking good. Air America got unwanted headlines last year when it was learned that previous management had received what investigators called an inappropriate $875,000 loan since repaid from a Bronx charity. Calls to inner-city executives were not returned. The leading contenders to take over the WLIB lease are former Clear Channel executive Randy Michaels, oh no, the Antichrist, El Anticristo, who syndicates competing lefty talker Ed Schultz and the new Radio 1 blog, a black-focused talk network that includes the Reverend Al Sharpton. How do you like that? Wouldn't that be something if Al Sharpton knocked Al Franken off the air, huh?
That'd be something.
I'd rather hear Al Goldstein.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Looking for glory holes.
Yes.
Neil, I've got to tell you what Enrique said to me the other day. He said he'd love to do your show, but he's afraid to go, so he had this to say. Tales from all around flocked to him right here in town, but he wants you instead. But he lives in fear of jeopardizing his career, so this is what he said. Tell Neil Enrique's dying to come over. Tell Neil Enrique had something to show ya. He would blow you away if you heard what he had to say. Enrique wants you in a little closer. Tell Neil Enrique says he really loves ya. Tell Neil Enrique's always thinking of ya. He wants to be your boy, ain't as much macho than Roy. You know Enrique wouldn't try to hold ya. Tell Neil Enrique really wants to do ya. Tell Neil Enrique wants to sneak into ya. Yeah, he's your kind of guy, you both see eye to eye. Enrique wants you in a little closer. Tell Neil Enrique's trying to get near ya. Enrique's listening every day to hear ya. He wants you to understand, he wants to be your man. He wants to rendezvous someday to see ya. Tell Neil Enrique's dying to come over. Tell Neil Enrique has something to show ya. He will blow you away if you heard what he had to say. Enrique wants you in a little closer. Tell Neil Enrique that he really loves ya. Tell Neil Enrique's always thinking of ya.
1046, he does have a real soft spot in his heart. Trust me when I do.
Is that where it is?
Hearts. Well, no, every year I get that Christmas card, and every time it comes out with a new CD, I get a personally autographed copy in the mail.
That's right. With pictures.
With lipstick on it, no less.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what this is. Oh, this handwriting, my God.
Yeah.
Chronic. Oh, gee. Pam Anderson.
Yeah, we put her on there.
It says, I want to explore every Hep C infected crab okay in her body. I'm not going to read that.
You could have my
Disgusting.
portion.
Gruesome. Wait till you hear this, speaking of gruesome. WQAM, hello.
Hello. Neil?
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir?
Excellent.
Great. You know, when you were talking about the number 44, you left out two absolute pinnacles of the game of baseball. Hank Aaron.
Oh, my God. How can I forget Hammer and Hank?
Right. And then Willie McCovey, another huge man.
Exactly. There you go.
So,
see, out of sight, out of mind.
Okay, but I don't even know why I wanted to mention it. Just thought it would be something worth mentioning. Have a lovely day.
Leroy Kelly was 44, right?
Yeah, Leroy Kelly. Leroy.
Excuse me. Now it would be
Right.
Leroy. Leroy.
Right. They used to refer to him as Leroy.
And let's see, and, Jim Brown was 32, and then Bobby Mitchell was, now if you can tell me Bobby Mitchell's number, then you're a better man than I am.
Oh, God, I have no idea.
Remember
88,
Bobby
I
Mitchell,
don't know.
though?
Sure, he was a receiver. Phenomenal receiver.
Those were great,
They really
great
were
teams.
great days.
And
All
Mike
right,
Plum
well.
was the quarterback. He sucked, but the team was great. Okay, thanks, pal.
Okay, you too. Take care.
A couple of good 44s there for you. Oh, actually, Bobby Mitchell was like a, what would you call him now? He was like a halfback, but
a
they
what
threw him
back?
a lot. I beg your pardon?
A wetback?
A wetback, yeah. Bobby Mitchell. No, he was a darkback. Wait till you hear this. You are going to just flip your cord.
lid?
Doug Thompson, Capitol Hill Blue. Now, you remember the article I read yesterday?
Yes, I do.
This is
which
like
was
the
great.
sequel to it, and
Good.
this is even though it's very funny, this is not a joke.
Okay.
Read between the lines. Telling the approved story is the headline of this story. He
Okay.
says, on an unspecified day last week, an employee of a federal agency that cannot be revealed delivered a document that cannot be identified to a company that cannot be named, seeking information that cannot be discussed. The aforementioned federal agent left the unidentified document with an employee of the unnamed company. That employee then called the owner, who must remain anonymous, to inform him that the document could not be identified, sought information that could not be discussed. The owner, who must remain anonymous, instructed the employee to deliver the unidentified document to a lawyer whose name is protected by attorney-client privilege. The lawyer, whose name is protected by attorney-client privilege, examined the unidentified document and then reviewed the information that could not be discussed with the owner, who must remain anonymous. With the approval of the owner, who must remain anonymous, the lawyer, whose name is protected by attorney-client privilege, contacted a U.S. attorney who demanded that his identity be concealed. The U.S. attorney who demanded that his identity be concealed then claimed the owner must remain anonymous, violated a law that could not be disclosed, and faced arrest charges for charges that could not be specified because he had referred to the document that cannot be identified in an article for a certain but unnamed website. The lawyer, whose name is protected by attorney-client privilege, argued that his client could not be charged under the undisclosed law because he had been acting as a journalist at the time of the alleged publication and not as the owner of the company that cannot be named. He had, in fact, learned of the existence of the document that cannot be identified from a third party who was not named, and was not aware of its exact contents because he had not seen or read the document, and therefore was not aware of the exact contents that cannot be discussed. The U.S. attorney who demanded his identity be concealed consulted with others whose names are classified and concluded that the owner, who must remain anonymous, walked a fine line between legal and illegal and would not face arrest for violating a law that could not be disclosed on charges that could not be specified. So walking this fine line of justice allowed the owner, who must remain anonymous, to avoid confinement at an institution at an unknown location for an unspecified length of time. In exchange for his freedom, the owner, who must remain anonymous, agreed to write a clarification of what happened following the guidelines for publication laid down by the Bush administration, which is what you just read.
That's scary.
That is just... You remember what I said about my trips to Florida?
Uh-huh.
I think my trips across the border are going to be very restricted, yeah. Wow. I'm just going to read that last sentence again. In exchange for his freedom, the owner, who must remain anonymous, obviously him, agreed to write a clarification of what happened following the guidelines for publication laid down by the Bush administration, which is what you just read. It'll be on our website tomorrow. There you go. And you think that when we talk about fascism that it's, oh, that's a real reach, Neil. That's really getting carried away. Right. Right. And the only way that any of this could have happened was 9/11.
Right.
Without 9/11, which is that's the standard excuse, the justification for everything.
The world has changed.
The war on terror. The war on terror. The war on terror. It's kind of like Joyce, with the station's license. It's the same thing. Everything is always an excuse. Oh, you can't say this and you can't play that because we don't have our license back yet. Well, what's going to happen after they do get it? You think anything's going to change?
No,
absolutely not. Yeah. Oh, and speaking of how good things are going in Iraq.
Oh, we're fine.
Iraqi general killed in ambush. Man, it is a bloodbath there, the likes of which nobody could have ever even imagined. And then when you look at the pictures of these in Pakistan and Iraq and in all of those schmata-head countries, these are tribal people, okay? These are tribal people who hate each other because of their religious fanaticism. What is even the concept of democracy? It's so alien to these people that the idea that you're going to impose it upon them as kind of an excuse for having gone in there, it's on the face of it, it's insanity. They don't want democracy. A top commander in Iraq's army was shot to death on a western Baghdad road yesterday in a string of attacks that killed at least 10 other people. A U.S. soldier was killed Sunday in Iraq's Anbar province west of Baghdad, and that brings the total now to over 2,300. 2,302 U.S. troops have died in Iraq, not to mention the thousands and thousands who are maimed and are without limbs and eyes and all of these things. Human rights group Amnesty International has condemned the detention of prisoners in Iraq, saying some 14,000 people are being held without charges or trials, and that torture continues despite the scandal of
Abu Ghraib.
I just mentioned those things in passing. Leroy Kelly, Bobby Mitchell, Willie McCovey, Henry Aaron. Those are the days, baby. Robbie Niedermeyer. I'm sorry. Dodge City showdown at funeral. Now, here's another example of what America's becoming. And, well, this has been going on for a long time, but it's taken it to a new level. Dodge City, Kansas. This is written by Ed Lavendera of CNN. He says, this past Saturday morning, I found myself in a 5-car caravan cutting across the Kansas plains with about 30 religious protesters. In the back of the truck, there were signs that read, "Thank God for IEDs," and "Thank God for dead soldiers." I was with the Phelps family. They've launched a disturbing campaign to tarnish the funerals of fallen soldiers. This is a painful drama playing out at dozens of military funerals across the country. The group is led by the insane Fred Phelps. That's my word, insane. He is crazier than a bedbug. He and his family have picketed and heckled more military families at more than 100 funerals since June. They say the soldiers are fighting for an army that represents a country that accepts homosexuality. I've spent a great deal of time in the last few weeks tracking the movements of Fred Phelps and his family. Saturday, I followed him and his family from their home in Topeka, Kansas, to a funeral in Dodge City, Kansas. Fred Phelps is the pastor of Westboro Baptist Church in Topeka. The congregation is made up mostly of his family. Phelps has 13 children, 54 grandchildren, and 7 great-grandchildren. He describes himself as an old-time gospel preacher who says you can't preach the Bible without preaching the hatred of God. Phelps and his family have made a name for themselves by showing up at high-profile events preaching their hate-filled brand of Christianity. They blame homosexuals for the destruction of America. This past weekend's target was Army Sergeant Jesse Davila. Davila was killed February 20th in Iraq by a suicide bomber. He served as a Marine after graduating from high school. He returned to civilian life. He had a daughter, but he was always a soldier at heart. So 2 years ago, he joined the Army National Guard, which we know there was no National Guard in Iraq, of course. He joined the Army National Guard, was 3 months into an Iraqi deployment when he was killed. There's also very much a story about another phenomenon the Phelps protesters created. That's the birth of a group called the Patriot Guard Riders. They're a volunteer group that came together after hearing that so many military families were being blindsided by the protesters. More than 400 motorcycles thundered toward the showdown in Dodge City this weekend to make sure that Sergeant Jesse Davila's funeral was not overshadowed by the Phelps protest. They converged from small towns all over southwest Kansas to support Sergeant Davila's family. One group leader says, "I knew we'd have a crowd, but I didn't know it would be this big." The procession of Rolling Thunder escorted Davila's family from memorial services to the gravesite on a quiet hill. In the end, the sergeant's family says they were only able to hear a little bit of the Phelps protest. Davila's mother, Linda Klaus, no great relation to Santa, C-L-A-U-S. Linda Claus says she's grateful for the Patriot Guard riders. She also wants other military families to be aware this could happen to them. When people begin to know that Fred Phelps' family is what they're really doing, killing the American dream, they won't be around very long because nobody's going to let them. They'll drown them out. They'll be gone, Claus said. Since CNN started airing reports on these funeral confrontations a few weeks ago, the Patriot Guard riders say its membership has almost tripled, and more than a dozen states are now considering legislation that would restrict protesting at funerals. The Phelps family vows to continue these protests. They might be outnumbered, but the way the Patriot Guard riders see it, it only takes one of them to dishonor the memory of a fallen soldier. These people have no shame. Right. They have no decency. They're what Christianity and right-wing fanaticism have become all about in Zion America.
They were on TV the other day. CNN, one of those channels, had a story.
Oh, the mug bump?
The daughter,
the Phelps family?
His daughter was at one of these funerals there.
Well, which one? He's only got 148 children.
One of them. And they send the emails to the families, basically razzing them.
Lovely.
Your son died because America loves fags, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how's that poll coming? Talk about something more pleasant. Who's the woman you most desire? Famous woman, famous lady. 799 votes. Oh, we'll do that 1,000 easy today. Jessica Alba, 134. Halle Berry, 117. They're tight. They're only separated by a small little tiny curly hair. Angelina Jolie, 108. That's great. Charlize Theron, 81. Scarlett Johansson, 77. That's George's choice. Who did Josh vote for?
I voted for that Bond chick just because I didn't know who she was, and I looked her up. Looked very nice.
Who's that?
She didn't get a lot of votes. That Monica Menuno or something.
Natalie Portman, 42. Eva Longoria, 39. None. I'm a straight female, 38. That's almost 5%. Holy moly, something's going on here, Ratman. Britney Spears, 34. None. I'm gay, 28. 3.5% of the audience.
Gay.
Males. Jessica B. And they're really upset that Enrique selected me. All you guys out there, he picked me. What are you laughing about? They're not getting no Christmas cards from Enrique. They'd like to be. Jessica Biel, 28. I hate this bull, 27. Adriana Lima, 18. Maria Menounos, 11. Who's one of Menudo. Jenna Jameson, 5. See, I told you, she'll climb that ladder. She's going to be doing it. And people will be watching. Sienna Miller, 4. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Pamela Anderson's got 3. Yeah, she grew a third one. Anne-Marie's got 2. And Giselle Bunchen. Out of 804 votes. She's kicking ass, man. She's got the big...
Oh! This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
It's 30 a day plus gas.
Well, I rented Lincoln.
Cash or credit.
And I drove up in the hills.
You want the insurance?
And to recall how it happened, well,
good luck.
It still gives me chills.
What a weirdo.
Followed my map of star houses.
Yikes.
And was shocked to see sitting on her front porch was Angelina Jolie. Well, I walked up like I knew her.
Hey, do I know you?
When I saw her hesitate.
Hey!
But the chloroform started working, then for her it was too late. Put her in my car and rolled the windows down. Now she was my queen and I made her a crown.
Take the stupid crown off me!
And I've got Angelina Jolie in my basement.
I'm in the basement!
And I think I'll keep her there with me.
Hello?
And charge her rent.
I'm not paying rent.
Well, I hope she don't mind. I hope that she'll find that she likes the cement.
I'm in the basement!
How wonderful life is with Angelina Jolie in my basement.
Let me out of here!
Well, I'm schizophrenic, polar and manic, but I bet you'd give your last cent.
Help me!
To have Angelina Jolie locked down in your basement.
Don't hurt my dog.
I'll do it, mister!
Don't hurt Precious.
I'll hurt your dog, mister!
It puts the dog in the basket.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
So here's a fax that says you have to have my future bride until she gets the restraining order. Eva LaRue, formerly of All My Chillins and currently on CSI Miami. She is drop dead gorgeous. Ordered my copy of...
About 30, man.
Online. Thanks for the 30. Joel in Fort Myers. Thanks for Joel. Thanks for the memories. So you got it, Eva LaRue?
We got it.
I wonder if she's kin to Jack LaRue or Jack LaLanne. The Juicy Man. Have you seen those infomercials?
I've seen the Juicy Man.
Where he's, no, not the old Juicy Man, but Jack LaLanne.
No. I mean, I know who he is.
Spandex outfit, man.
Right.
He's 91. He didn't look a day over 140, man. He's just, say baby.
He's always wearing that jumpsuit.
That's exactly right. That's the one where he's wearing a jumpsuit. You've seen it.
Well, I've seen him.
Jack
He
LaLanne,
only
he's
ever
got
wears a
that
jumpsuit.
nasty-looking bitch on there who's hosting the thing, and his poor wife, who you know is just like feeding him like Pablo. That's why he uses the juicer a lot. They make like a lot of applesauce, mushy stuff, you know. Boy, that is something. I got a article here that you're going to love. I mean, I don't know if Josh will like it because he's a big Jon Stewart fan.
But you tend to hate him now.
No, I know that's not correct. I said I like The Daily Show. I don't watch it that much, but when I see the clips from it, it's funny as hell. And they got some good writers, obviously, who take whatever's going on and really do a great job of satirizing it. But
well, say what you want, but you've been bashing the guy for 2 days before the show.
Don't like him.
I know.
Well, am I entitled to an opinion?
Sure.
Here's what Tom Shales writes, who's the award-winning TV and critic for the Washington Post. Not that he knows anything. He says, memo to Jon Stewart, keep your daily job. Crash was not only the only film chosen Best Picture. Let me try it again. Crash was not only the film chosen Best Picture at the 78th Academy Awards last night, it was also the sound made by the show itself as, metaphorically speaking, it drove into a wall. It's hard to believe that professional entertainers could have put together a show less entertaining than this year's Oscars, hosted with a smug humorlessness by comic Jon Stewart, a sad and pale shadow of great hosts gone by. The movie Munich was represented in one category, musical score, by a clip in which suspense built over a bomb that didn't go off. The Oscar show on NBC, televised live from L.A., was a bomb that did. Film buffs and the politically minded, meanwhile, will be arguing today about whether the Best Picture Oscar to Crash was really for the film's merit or just a cop-out by the Motion Picture Academy so it wouldn't have to give the prize to Brokeback Mountain, a movie about two cowboys who fall reluctantly but passionately in love. Mountain won two of the major awards leading up to Best Picture, Best Screenplay and Best Director for Ang Lee. In his acceptance speech, Lee said the movie wasn't just about a homosexual affair, but about the greatness of love itself. I didn't see any love in that movie whatsoever. But the Academy ran out of love for the film at that point, making Crash the surprise winner. To its credit, Crash, which won two other Oscars, deals with important social issues too, especially racism in American society. Among the more beguiling acceptance speeches was that given by Reese Witherspoon, George's favorite, who won for playing country singer June Carter in I Walk the Line, the story of Johnny Cash. I never thought I'd be up here in my whole life, she said with ingenuous charm. She also quoted June Carter's succinct philosophy of life, I'm just trying to matter. And George is just trying to swat her like a mosquito. The program looked gorgeous in high-definition TV from the Kodak Theater, but it was filled with so many clips, piles and piles and miles of clips from films present and past, that the visual luster was squandered. The audience at home doesn't want to look at clips, it wants to look at big-time movie stars. Unfortunately, those are in increasingly short supply. When Jack Nicholson strode out to give the Best Picture prize at the evening's end, there wasn't only an ovation, but a huge sigh of relief in the audience, a sense of the whole crowd saying, oh yes, we still have giants in the business. Although I guess he's down playing Dustin Hoffman. What was wrong with him? Was he chopped liver?
Well, he's little and Jack Nicholson is really big and fat.
No, he's not big. He's fat and squat. This point was made earlier as well as when Meryl Streep and Lily Tomlin did a master... I don't want to read about that. Stewart began the show drearily, loping through a monologue that lacked a single hilarious joke, with the possible exception of Bjork couldn't be here tonight. She was trying on her Oscar dress and Dick Cheney shot her. Yeah, that was mildly amusing, and I would agree that was the funniest thing he said. That was about it, and Stewart had 5 months working with his legions of writers from The Daily Show on Comedy Central to come up with good material. It goes to prove that there's still a big, big difference between basic cable and big-time network TV after all. The liveliest moment of the night was contributed by hip-hop ensemble 3-6 Mafia performing a nominated song, It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp, from the film Hustle and Flow. The group practically brought the house down, leading Stewart to ask, following the riotous performance, how come they're the most excited people here tonight? He said more Oscar acceptance speeches should be as rollicking, but it's the host's job to generate excitement too, and Stewart generated none. There was a cute bit taped before he appeared in which past hosts turned the job down. Billy Crystal and Chris Rock said no because they were sharing a tent a la Brokeback. Even David Letterman, who has joked for years about flopping as an Oscar host, made a gracious reappearance as if to say, no hard feelings. Letterman's hosting gig, however, was better than Stewart's by far. For some strange reason, ABC decided to play music under most of the acceptance speeches instead of just having the music interrupt winners when it was time for them to walk off. Perhaps the music was there to facilitate the use of a 10 or 15-second delay, part of the new morality inflicted on TV by the FCC, which levies fines for naughty words even when they're spoken spontaneously and with no malice of forethought on shows like this. Among other highlights, Jessica Alba's dress. Jessica Alba. A handsome plexiglass lectern that facilitated some dramatic shots from just in front of the stage, the usual tastefully done in memoriam montage from film figures who died since last Oscar cast, and Jennifer Lopez looking particularly attractive. Oh, God, I must have missed that. Winners of Best Documentary Feature for the film March of the Penguins had the clunky bad taste to bring stuffed penguins onto the stage with them. It was a joke that laid a penguin-sized egg. The epitome of honesty perhaps came when Stewart muttered, I'm a loser, into the microphone. He was speaking not only for himself, but for the whole show. Oh. I don't agree with everything he wrote in there, of course, but nevertheless, I think he's got his thumb on it pretty well. I think he summed it up. Well, Josh didn't even watch the show, so how do you know how Jon Stewart did?
I don't know how he did. I watched, like 15 minutes of it here and there.
I mean, it's not that I dislike him personally. Like, I saw him on King a couple nights, last Wednesday night for a couple of minutes or whatever night it was, hyping this thing, and he was awful. And I attributed that to the fact that King is a doddering old fool with suspenders and just asked him a lot of stupid questions. So I just attributed it to that. But then I watched his performance Sunday night, and even though I didn't see the whole show, I saw enough of it to realize that he just, there was nothing there. I'm sorry if that disappoints you.
Don't apologize to me.
He was awful. It wasn't funny. It wasn't entertaining. It wasn't amusing. He just he didn't belong there. Out of his realm. Stick to the Daily Show. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I think he's good at what he does. That's all.
That's excellent. That's a very good way to analyze it. He's excellent at what he does. Stick to what you do the best. Don't try to be like Eddie Murphy. Stick to the comedy and stick to the transvestites in the cars. And don't try to be a singer. Don't try to be. You see what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
I'm saying that nobody can do everything. Like Will Smith, just go away. Stick to what you do best. Go away. Here's a story that I was attracted to. Headline is what got me on this one. That's a lot of pizza.
All for me.
That's exactly what I had in mind, was that. Merrill Lynch & Company's private equity arm has agreed to buy privately held NPC International, the world's largest franchisee of Pizza Hut restaurants. NPC said in a statement yesterday. I'll tell you one thing, boy. You go anywhere in the world. Oh, and guess what they were doing this morning on CNN?
What were they doing this morning on CNN?
Drinking coffee.
Okay.
They did blind taste tests, and overwhelmingly, they had some schmucks out there in the streets of New York, and then the people in the studio, and then what's his name? Sky Miles O'Brien. And Soledad O'Brien, and Pat O'Brien, and all the other O'Briens. And they were taste, and they had A, B, and C, nobody knew which one, and they almost all of them picked B.
Which was?
Burger King.
Huh.
By far and away, the best coffee, and then McDonald's was, and also Dunkin' Donuts. But they all like Burger King the best.
How do you like that?
Terms of the deal, which is expected to close this spring, were not disclosed. The deal has received approval in principle from Pizza Hut. The agreement is the latest in the series of acquisitions by private equity groups of fast food restaurant chains. NPC is the world's largest Pizza Hut franchisee and currently operates 790 Pizza Hut restaurants and delivery kitchens in 26 states across America. And, of course, all around the world, man, everywhere you go, there's Pizza Hut everywhere. Just everywhere. There's regular Pizza Hut. There's Pizza Hut Express, Amsterdam, Berlin, Frankfurt, Paris, you name it. I mean, of course, you got, your Mickey D's and all of those, too, but, Pizza Hut is just everywhere. Not to mention the Colonel, that killer flu chicken place. Here's the facts. Get out of here, Anthony. Oh, my God. This facts. Paris Hilton, my ass.
There's a lot of similarity there, as a matter of fact.
I beg your pardon?
Paris Hilton and your ass. It's a very close call.
Yeah. I got news for her. My ass looks a lot better than she does.
I'll take your word for it.
Even on a day if a roid should pop. No, actually, we can put it on there because look at what the question is.
That's right.
We didn't assume that these people have good taste.
Well, that's
Who
a good
is the woman you most desire? Yeah, put Paris Hilton on there just for yucks.
Yeah, yuck is right.
I think maybe Blind Mike might vote for that, just for
look out
just for yucks. Yeah, look out. I don't want to I want to say this delicately, but I'm always bitching about these really smelly, nasty, gross people like at Woodbine and various places.
Right.
Mostly a certain kind of, I don't want to say Russian and old ethnics.
Eastern Bloc.
But, most of these people are married to somebody. You know where I'm going with this?
Yes, I do.
And I think to myself, these people are laying down in the same bed with these other people.
That's right.
And they look like this, and they smell like this, and they haven't seen a bar of soap or a thing of body wash in about, you follow what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. They're probably married to a similar pig.
I see. Because otherwise, maybe that explains the rash of suicides in the world. That might be it. What a horrible thing. Maybe like 40, 50 years ago, the other person, the smelly, nasty, gross person, was very attractive when they were young and very, maybe even, whatever. Had good hygiene. But now all of a sudden it's turned into a disgusting, smelly, nasty, raunchy pig. Man. How'd you like to have to lie down to something like that?
No, thank you.
Night after night. Day after day. Get up in the morning with that morning breath, that stench, that wonderful aroma. See, maybe it's just not so bad after all of it.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
You understand the Gestapo keeps track of everyone.
If anybody has opinion dissenting from our way, we'll place your name into the system as enemy of the state. Don't even bother to question. Just follow and obey. Everybody's turning fascist USA.
Absolutely.
In the act of patriotism, we're watching all of you. Everyone's under suspicion, so that's what you do. This that information, and all you mindless fools in Bush Fatherland Nation, fascist USA. You gotta hate those Jews and Clinton liberals too. Believe everything we tell you on the state-run news. Blood war and for cornbread, fill up your Escalade. A Reuben Cheney Bush menu, fascist USA. We don't want to see our jobs go, a bad economy's good. We're fascinated by J-Lo, don't read no stupid books. All now are embracing the Pax American way. Everybody's turning fascist, fascist USA.
11:18 at 560 WQAM. Kimba Bocamper at 2. You got Curtis for the Mad Dog at 4. And then that hurricane stuff. Don't forget we got the QM van out today. Noon to 2 at the Shell gas station at the corner of University Drive and Broward Boulevard. Right across from where they used to have that convenience store where the plantation cops used to make the coffee every morning, eat the free donuts.
Right.
Which is why it's probably no longer there. And also right next door to that veterinarian that I didn't use for a long time. And then 7 o'clock tonight, Josh will have merchandise with him at Hurricane Hotline at Bernie Kosar Steakhouse, 5960 Southwest 70th Street, just 2 blocks west of US 1. At the Hurricane Hotline, which is on 7 to 9, and the Beast at Bernie Kosar's at 9, and the Eddie K at 10. With that hurricane stuff, let's hope they do some real good hurricane rooting, okay? Let's hope it has some impact. Because we want those Canes to win big on Thursday when they play Clemson in the ACC tourney with a pregame at 11:30 Thursday morning. Oh, yeah. UM and Clemson at noon. And then, of course, if they win Thursday, then Friday, they're right back again on, like I said, Thursday, Friday. Got it? Following that?
We got it.
Yeah, in other words, keep going.
Really.
Keep going. Keep on going, baby, at least through Friday. Give us a nice, soft week this week. That would be really good. Soft. 567. I'm really surprised. I thought this phone would be ringing off the hook today, but it's picked up right where it was yesterday.
Uh-huh.
That kind of a week. So you'll be pleased to be doing, well, you got a short show tomorrow anyway. I'll be...
Not short enough, but I'll take it.
Tomorrow. 5670560. Pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. Of course, I could have made the dentist thing for Thursday morning when we have the short show, but that's not when they had an opening.
Right.
I got an opening in my tooth, and they got an opening tomorrow morning, so that's when I'm going.
Yeah, Queen broke her crown, so you got to get a new one.
That is correct. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
Happy belated 30 year.
Happy Purim.
Yeah. Hey, Brad Pitt is one of the luckiest men in the world because Angelina Jolie is very open about her bisexuality. Yeah. So on the nights when she's in the mood for Taco Fiesta, I'm sure he's there.
Okay, great. 5670560.
Gee, I wonder where he was going with that.
Yeah, straight to Taco Hell. And pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. You notice how he started out by like sounding like a responsible, rational human being, and then he started like going right there, right there. Yeah, right there.
Don't go there.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing, buddy?
Are you like in a barrel?
No, I'm okay.
Are you going over Niagara Falls in a barrel? Because I can barely hear you, man.
Hey, man. How's your right hand feeling?
What is it?
How's the hand feeling? I heard you fell down again.
Yeah, right. Oh, God. God help us. WQAM, hello.
Hey, I wanted to put in a vote.
Yeah.
Are you there?
I'm right here. I'm listening.
Okay. How about Michelle Pfeiffer?
You like Michelle Pfeiffer?
Uh-huh.
Are you a lesbian?
I'm sorry?
Are you a lesbian?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. I'm just asking.
Would,
I mean,
would you like to be?
You know, it might be interesting to try once.
Well,
I've always
Michelle
said,
Pfeiffer?
yeah.
Okay, that sounds interesting to me. George will come by and watch.
I'll bring the camera.
Okay. Sounds
He'll
good.
referee. Okay, thanks.
That's right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Play-by-play.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
We'll put her on there.
Now, what is that? What are they showing on there?
On where?
Where emotions are
You're
running
not going to make me
high.
put it on Darren
Today,
Kagan, are you?
Back after this.
Mrs. Limbaugh? I don't know.
Yeah, she makes me ill.
Gives me kind of a rush. What about that story about Scare America going off WLIB in New York, probably April 1? How about that?
What about it?
That just pulls. I mean, maybe they'll be on here still in Schenectady and Geneva, and in Ypsilanti. But that kind of like pulls the whole carpet, yanks it out from under. Maybe the fact is that the liberals can't be on a radio no mo.
Isn't there a law or something?
I think that's part of the Patriot Act by an unnamed government, by an
That's right.
unnamed, yeah.
I'll ask that.
Here's line
guy.
9, WQAM, hello. Very, very weak Eddie Jr., pathetic. Work on it, man. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hola.
Happy belated anniversary. Happy anniversary.
WQAM, hello.
Your questions, bipolar?
5670560. Like I said, started yesterday, and it's going to be that way all week long. WEAK.
How's your pile today?
I got a fair pile. Looks kind of like Paris Hilton. WQAM, hello.
Yeah, I got to vote for the poll.
Yes, sir.
I want to put some soul up in this thing. Pam Grier. Back in the
Pam
day.
Grier.
Representing.
Okay. Put some soul on it.
All right. Once
Pam
upon
Grier,
a
who's
time,
that?
sure. Pam
You
Grier.
know who that
Well,
is?
she was famous for the black exploitation movies of the 70s.
Oh, so
And,
now she's an old bag now, then.
Currently, she's on the L Word, yeah.
So, well, how old is she? About 72?
Like 50.
Pretty hot. She's almost as hot as Rosa Parks. 5670560. Pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. Life is passing you by, folks. I can smell that already. Life is passing you folks by. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
Happy 30th. I'm
Yeah.
glad I got an opportunity to call in about that. And I just wanted to mention proof that Paul Casanova has his ear up your butt here. He was given the old put the lotion in the basket. Did you hear anybody else comment about that?
No, because nobody listens to it, so evidently not. Now, he looked
Unfortunately,
like that's
there's
something
nothing
new. Is that something new that he rips off everybody, including
No,
us, a lot?
but I just thought I'd let you know. But there's nothing else to listen to. What are you going to
Yeah.
do? Anyway, so that's what it was. He repeated
That's the best.
it twice.
That's the
He
best
put
thing
the
he's got
lotion in
going
the
for him.
basket.
Okay, that's the best thing he's got going for him is when they took Stern off the air. Is that the only reason he's got any audience?
Phil Latzman is much funnier than Paul.
In addition to which, we got a nice fax from Phil yesterday.
Phil Latzman.
And we didn't get nothing from Paul saying, "Hey, happy 30th, you old bastard fag," or nothing like that. Because he's. And by the way, we still don't watch you on QAM, Paul. I love the way he lied about that and denied that. He begged everybody, P.D. Lenny and Duff. Oh, he wanted on the station so bad. He wanted out of that cheap channel outfit like you couldn't believe. Oh, no, that's a bunch of lies. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm the liar. I'm the liar that always was running into him at the Sawgrass. He would, make up those things on here.
Right.
Ran into Neil to Sawgrass. First of all, I never shopped at the Sawgrass, okay? I was in there maybe twice in my life at the food court. I did like Nathan's, though. Of course, you don't have to go to the Sawgrass to find Nathan's. They're everywhere.
No.
No, seriously, why would you? What is the attraction of the Sawgrass when you come right down to it?
I give up.
What's the maggot store?
Well, it's sprawling.
Yeah.
Hearing all the different languages spoken.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like the Tower of Babel, baby.
Right, it's a bouillabaisse
It's like being
of
in
ethnicity.
Babylon, which is what they pay me to do. We're going to make that 1,000 easy today. We got 882 already. It's not even 11:30 yet. So I guess that's what it's going to be. I think this is a good direction we're moving in now. Less on the phone and more on the internets. Oh, yeah. Who is the woman you most desire? Jessica Alba, 143. Hallie's Berries, 125. Angelina Jolie, 114. Charlize Theron, 90. Scarlett Johansson, 85. Natalie Portman, 46. None. I'm a straight female, 41. 4.6%. That is a shocker. We never get that, do we?
No.
Almost 5% of the audience. Maybe the ladies are finally catching on.
About time.
Maybe they're out of the closet. Eva Longoria, 41. Britney Spears, 36. Britney's dropped a precipitous tumble. She's tumbling on it.
She got that skank all over her.
Oh, God.
That's
Jessica
stank.
Biel, 33. None, I'm gay, 32. 32.
Gay.
I hate this pool, 31. Adriana Lima, 21. Maria Menounos, 11. Jennifer Conley, 9. If you ask me to ask somebody. Jenna Jameson, 8. Sienna Miller, 6. Pamela Anderson, 5. And Georgia's Spitting Blood. Paris Hilton's got a pair.
Tiny pair.
They're not noticeable, but she's got a pair. Anne-Marie, 2. Giselle Bunchin's got 1. And none for Pam Grier, Michelle Pfeiffer, or Eva or Josh LaRue.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Pakistan pig.
Abdul, whatever you do, don't eat me, Abdul. I disgusted. I'm unclean.
Well, entertainment news now. Singer George Michael is out on bail after being arrested for suspicion of drug possession. Police arrested him in London after finding him slumped over in his car. They questioned him about drug use and will now conduct an investigation. If convicted, he could face up to 2 years in jail and a fine.
Last Christmas, you gave me some crack, but the very next day, I smoked it away. I'm queer, I have no career. In jail, I meet someone special.
Hey, George, you gotta have faith.
Last Christmas, you gave me some crack, but the very next day, I smoked it away. I'm queer, I have no career. In jail, I meet someone special.
Oh, all right, I'll be your father figure.
Police were called by a member of the public to a man seen slumped over the steering wheel of a car on a street close to Hyde Park Corner. Scotland Yard said he was arrested on suspicion of the possession of controlled substances. He was taken to a central London police station.
Once smitten with the sky above the bathroom in July. And the cops, yes, they recognize me. It's been a few years now, it doesn't surprise me. So wake up, asleep behind the wheel. I was slumped in my automobile. Now I know what a fool I've been. I sure could use another hit song again. 'Cause last Christmas you gave me some crack, but the very next day I smoked it away. I'm queer, I have no career. In jail I meet someone special.
Georgie, that's not a monkey on your back.
11:32 at 560 WQAM. GOP lawmakers work to limit probe of domestic spying program. Republicans in Congress are trying to limit the scope of any investigation into how President Bush's secret domestic surveillance program is operated. Some key lawmakers also are working to legalize such spying on U.S. citizens in the future, perhaps with some judicial restrictions. Let me read that sentence again. Some key lawmakers are also working to legalize such spying on U.S. citizens in the future, perhaps with some judicial restrictions, or perhaps not.
Yeah.
Right. Perhaps. The dual-track effort is designed to protect the Bush administration from an all-out congressional inquiry into the secret program, while rejecting Bush's argument that he already has full legal authority to order such surveillance. The Senate Intelligence Committee is scheduled to vote today on a Democratic plan to conduct a broad investigation into the program. Committee Chairman Pat Roberts, Republican of Kansas, a real yahoo, is trying to win support for a more limited inquiry. Roberts refused to say yesterday whether he had the votes to forestall a Democratic demand for an investigation. Democrats need only one Republican to side with them to order such a probe. That's Doug Thompson thing, man. It's scary stuff. Scary stuff. How dare he write anything about the unmentionable act?
Right.
In that unmentionable website. Speaking of unmentionables, Walmart. Walmart enlists bloggers in a PR campaign. This is so. You know what smacks up to me? In spite of all the money they're making, the billions, it smacks of desperation.
Yeah.
Because more and more people are getting out of them, and more communities are saying, hey, guess what? We don't want you here. You can't build one here. Go away. Go find some slave labor somewhere else, like in India. Brian Pickerel, a blogger, recently posted a note on his website attacking state legislation that would force Walmart stores to spend more on employee health insurance. All across the country, newspaper editorial boards, no great friends of business, are ripping the bills, he wrote. It was the kind of pro-Walmart comment the giant retailer might write itself, and in fact, it did.
Huh.
Several sentences in Mr. Pickerel's January 20th posting, others from different days, are identical to those written by an employee at one of Walmart's public relations firms and distributed by email to bloggers. Under assault as never before.
All right.
Walmart is increasingly looking beyond the mainstream media and working directly with bloggers, feeding them exclusive nuggets of news, suggesting topics for postings, even inviting them to visit its corporate headquarters. Kind of like the way the Fudge Report operates. You know, he gets a call from Richard Mellon Scaife and some of those operatives, those right-wing fanatics, and bada-beep, bada-boop, and he puts on it, whatever they just put the words in his mouth. And boy, you talk about getting crowded. But the strategy raises questions about what bloggers who pride themselves in independence should disclose to readers. Walmart, the nation's largest private employer, has been forthright with bloggers about the origins of its communications, and the company and its public relations firms, Edelman, say they did not compensate the blogger. But some bloggers have posted information from Walmart, at times word for word without revealing where it came from. Glenn Reynolds, the founder of Instapundit.com, one of the oldest blogs on the web, the Wicked Web, said that even in the blogosphere, which is renowned for its lack of rules, a basic tenet applies. If I reprint something, I say where it came from. A blog is about your voice, it seems to me, not somebody else's. Companies of all stripes are using blogs to help shape public opinion. Before General Electric announced a major investment in energy-efficient technology last year, company executives first met with major environmental bloggers to build support. Others have reached out to bloggers to promote a product or service as Microsoft did with its Xbox game system. By the way, they don't work. And Singular Wireless has done the introduction of a new phone. That was so choice, man. All those people that were beating each other over the head and going crazy and lining up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and they got their Xbox and they took it, it doesn't work. But what's different about Walmart's approach to blogging is that rather than promoting a product, something it does quite well, given its $300 billion annual sales, it's trying to improve its battered image. Walmart, long criticized for low wages and its health benefits, began working with bloggers in late 2005 as part of an overall effort to tell our story, said Mona Williams, a company spokeswoman. As more and more Americans go to the Internet to get information from varied, credible, trusted sources, Walmart is committed to participating in that online conversation, she said. And it goes on and on. They're just, planting the seeds of false propaganda. So careful what you read on the web. Just trust the stuff you read on our website. That's it.
That's right.
All the rest is propaganda. Although I do like that raw story, man. That's excellent. It's pretty raw. Do you realize we got 914 votes already?
I do.
And there's a dumb person, an idiot, talking on TV?
Safety at sea.
Oh, there he is. Oh, thank God it's not live. Well, that's right. He had to use Air Force One to fly to Texas because he had to cast that vote.
Yeah.
In that town that's got like 40 votes in it, he might be the deciding vote. So we can't afford. And did you see on the NBC News last night all those mobile homes that are sinking into the ground that FEMA bought?
Yep.
All these poor bastards from New Orleans, man, who are homeless. And yesterday they started, the demolition of those homes and tearing the houses down and all this other crap. And we got people that are desperate to find a life,
I have no life.
But we got thousands and thousands of mobile homes sinking in the ground in Texas, and where was the other one? Arkansas, I think.
Right, Thinkorswim.
Yeah, they're thinking over there. As Sigourney Weaver would say, nice trailer. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hey, good morning, Neil. How you
Yes,
doing?
sir.
Sandra Bullock on that list, please.
Okay.
And today's my birthday.
Really? Too bad she had such a small part in Crash. I mean, it was still a great movie, but she had a pretty small part.
And for my birthday, could you do me one small favor and
Maybe,
play
possibly.
Mobit, Now See Here? I love it. I miss Mr. Pomposity. He was the funniest man between 10 and 2.
Okay.
Thank you, Neil.
Okay. Oh, Now See Here. There actually is a bit called Now. I mean, I remember
there is.
Yeah.
And it was about to be a series, too,
Yeah, it was. Well, it could still be a series. There's no reason to stop now.
Now, see here.
His memory lingers on. And he wrote off that muskrat in the bag. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got a couple people for your list on the pitchers list. I got Tyra Banks, and then on the list of 44, we got Reginald Martinez Jackson.
Reggie Jackson, 44. My gosh, how could I
We got
memory?
Floyd Little.
Right.
And we have
Little
Dan Morgan.
Who?
Dan Morgan when he was a linebacker at the U, wore 44.
Well, that's not my you.
And then, of course, the world-renowned Cherokee Park when he was at Duke.
Okay, quit with your head. Yeah. Although it is my university, we love the Hurricanes. Win on Thursday, please. Oh, yeah. Knock off Clemson, man. Clemson's not that great, huh? That's what we were told. They're marginal. Canes have a shot to win that game. We got a shot, man. As Jimmy Johnson would say, we got a shot. Because if the Canes win that game, then they play again on Friday morning at the same time. We get another soft day. So it's possible I could have a really soft week, you know. And at my age, it's probably ought to get used to it.
Goes with the soft food.
Dentist tomorrow. That's not a soft day. To be honest with you, I'd rather work the 2 hours and 50 minutes tomorrow than go to the dentist and get drilled.
That's a good perk.
Although I don't think I'm going to get drilled, but I'm going to get, I don't know.
You're going to get crowned.
What do you think?
You're going to get ground.
Grounded, crowned? I mean, you're ground round? How about that Burger King coffee thing, huh?
Yeah, well, they got a new coffee thing. I saw the sign on there that's they're calling it something.
One of the talking heads, I think it was, what's her name? Soledad. I think she was saying how it tasted like it. Or no, one of them was saying it tasted like it had something in it, you know?
Well,
something in it.
No,
careful now.
No.
Careful. We love that Burger King.
That's right.
They are the best, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We like everybody who's in business on QM. Now, if you got some money, we want it. Just like when you go into Woodbine, man. You got some cash, we'll take it. We don't care if they have to wheel you in with 14 oxygen tanks, and some of them they do. I still can't get over that. You think that's what I have in my future? Can you just envision that?
What, wheelchair oxygen tank right there in front of the slot machine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it now.
Bag.
You know, with the
tube
in the nose.
It's an electric wheelchair, of course.
And
only
the
the
bag
plastic.
on the side of my electric wheelchair,
right.
just zipping around from one good machine to another one. I think that's it. And if that's what my future holds, I think that's the best idea. I'm going hunting with Dick Cheney.
There you go.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QA.
Howard David's a bitch.
Okay, now what's the Mo bit that I was supposed to play because I got distracted by something on the internet here? What was it?
Now see here.
Oh, now see here. Well, where the hell am I going to find that?
In keeping with the high standards of broadcast journalism, in the tradition of Edward Almiro's See It Now, 560 WQAM presents Now See Here with Mo Howard David. That is Mo Howard David. Now see here. Got a new gig here. And if I so choose to stay, I will change the face of whatever that is to. Now see here. Who did more for radio? Neil Rogers or Hoey Bosco Anderson? Huh?
Hello again. Here's my best to you. Are your skies all gray?
I say, Hoey Bosco Anderson. That's who. For one thing, he was the mayor of morning radio. And that pipe smoker, he ain't no mayor. Why, Hoey Bosco Anderson sang night songs.
Hello again.
Oh, he had a beautiful
voice.
Listen to that.
Are your skies all gray?
And Neil Rogers don't sing those songs about nothing other than me. Why, sure. That's Neil singing the discouraging songs about going and then back at the one he writes them and then Neil sings them. Now you know he's queer, because real men don't sing.
Hello again.
And another thing, Hoey Bosco Anderson was a lot fatter than Neil, too. That there's what made him their best MC. On the next installment of Now See Here, who made a better cup of coffee? Mrs. Olson or Jackie Robinson? Come on. Now see me here next time for Mo Indignance on Now See Here, not there over here.
And I heard it was Burger King, not even Mrs. Olson. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless lines. And don't forget, QAM Fan, noon to 2, Shell Gas Station, corner University and Broward Boulevard. And 7 to 10 tonight, Josh Cordes will have merchandise with him at the Hurricane Hotline, Bernie Kosar Steakhouse. Now, you got to do better than $80 there tonight.
I have no control over that. Show up, people.
Let me say it again. You got to do better than $80. That's pretty lame.
They got to do better than $80.
Who's going to be on the air while you're there?
That would be Joe Z, probably Josh Darrow, and the Beat.
Yeah.
This is till 10, so.
See, the on-air guy's got to plug it.
Well, have him throw a couple of plugs
I
in
will,
while
of
you're at
course.
it, okay?
Of course.
In addition to which, this one we probably can do better because we know the address of this one. It's Bernie Kosar Steakhouse, 5960 Southwest 70th Street, just 2 blocks west of US 1, as opposed to that Smoky Bones the other day you went and didn't know where the hell it was. WQAM, hello.
Sampling you.
Sir.
Yes, sir. This sounds like
Julian.
Edward Jones to me. Yeah, it is. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Good day to you, Pally.
Good day.
Hey, do you guys have Naomi Watts on the poll?
What's that?
I think that's her name.
What's her name?
Yeah, that King Kong guy got a Woody for her.
See, there you go. We should have stopped when you were ahead, man.
Although she deserves to be on there. We're
Well, get her on there. I have no problem with that. Just when he starts making comments about Woody Graber and his ponytail like that, we get real upset. What's wrong with some of these people? SKB, whoever that is, these people that send faxes that have no name, I remember the song "A Horse with No Name" by
That's
America.
right.
It's always a faxer with no name. Why is that? First of
especially
all,
when you can make it up.
I almost never use anybody's last name on the air, just out of common courtesy, which I don't have much, but a little bit. Gabriel Union.
By the way, Miguel is already out there with the van.
Well, that's great. The early bird gets the worm. Okay, go by and give the worm to Miguel, or the other way around. He's already there at the Shell gas station corner, University and Broward Boulevard, right across from the kitty corner from the Broward Mall. Gabriel Union to the Women You Most Desire poll says SKB, Scabby. Remember Scabby Hayes? Gabriel Union. What is the State of the Union, by the way? Who is Gabriel Union? You're going to have to elucidate me on some of these.
I can't think of who she is.
Oh, ho, ho. Well, if you don't know, how about Josh? You know who that is?
No, he's Googling it.
No.
Oh, he's Googling her?
It's going to be one of those, that chick, from that show. One of those things.
900 for, and you know something, tonight's Tuesday. You know what's on Supernatural on the WB tonight?
Oh, that's right.
O'clock.
She's a hot chocolate girl.
Hot chocolate. Say it right. Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Is she the girl that was in Alien vs. Predator? Is that her?
No.
Oh, okay.
She was in,
She was Alien versus Predator. Alien meets the Terminator.
Oh, he
The woman you most desire. We got 952 votes. We'll have 1,000, very close to 1,000 by noon already. Boy, this is... Well, what does this mean,
Nothing.
Oh. What do you mean it doesn't mean anything? What kind of a negatory comment is that?
Oh, I mean, it's really important. I mean, it's...
it is important. It's very... You don't think it's important? Not to me, it's not. I could give a crap less about this particular poll. Now look at, I'm a straight female, 4.6%, 44. 44 out of 952. In fact, the votes are coming in by the nuns. The nuns are voting now. I bet you the nuns got their favorites.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Yeah. And gay, 34, 3.5%. The fact that we got more straight women than gay men listening to that, now that's a real fly opener, isn't it?
Of course, it could be straight women and gays that actually voted rather than for that option.
Jonathan in Plantation is becoming very chronic. Says, please add Selma Hayek to the poll. She looked. Oh, I see that. I can't read that line. I like Jon Stewart, but I don't blame him for the overall poor show quality. Who was producing it? Helen Keller? Cars on fire and people walking in slow motion. What the hell was that? It says, by the way, good luck with your oral work. Yeah, I'm working on it. It just wasn't a good oral week for me, so to speak. First I did that thing biting my tongue at Woodbine, which that's a good thing to do there, especially if it entices you to run the hell out. And then this thing, I'm just minding my own business 2 nights ago, eating dinner, all of a sudden just crunch, And there goes a whole chunk of, and come to find out, it isn't just one tooth, there's another tooth that's got like a little thing. Said, I see a little thing on your tooth. I said, wouldn't be the first time. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes?
When did Mo get kicked off?
I beg your pardon?
When did Mo, Howard Davis, get kicked
What,
off?
are you living in a cave somewhere? He's been off the air for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks now.
I just got back. I was out of town.
He's long gone, man. No Mo.
Where's he at now? What radio?
Home. Let me say it again. Home. Okay. Well, these people with these cell phones, I can't handle it no more. You know what? The worst quality. You'd think as the time went on, it would get better. Wouldn't you think?
You'd think, but...
You'd think it would be a good cell phone, but it's not. And that's what it sounds like. And they're fading in and out. And they're like all over the place. Jesus. Get a real phone, Pally, will you please?
I have no life.
Talk about out of touch. When's Mike Ranieri coming back? What about Big Wilson? Get serious, will you? Mo is getting paid to stay home. In fact, I do believe that any day now, wasn't it March 10th that was the end of his contract?
Okay.
So maybe he'll be popping up on some station near you very soon. I have a feeling it's not going to be the one across the street. I could be wrong about that. You never know. I don't see the Mo and Joe show. I don't see that coming together.
The Mojo show?
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
George talks, man. Dun, dun, dun.
WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil. A happy belated 30th anniversary.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for all the information and the bedtime stories you've given us in the last several years. Yeah. Neil, I haven't been able to listen to every minute of every show, regrettably, but but I was wondering, have you seen this short film documentary called Ha 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 America?
No.
Well, I think you'd really be interested in it, and I can tell you and your listeners how to see it if you want to online.
What's it about?
It's a Chinese documentary, satirical documentary on America outsourcing all of the jobs to China. Mm-hmm. It's very interesting. I think you'd like it. You can see it by going to a website called YouTube, YOUTUBE.com.
Tube. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you up in the search for movies section, you put in quotes, "Ha ha ha America." And give it a shot today if you get a chance. I think you'll really enjoy it, Neil.
Okay.
Thanks again for everything.
Thanks a lot, Pally.
Take care of yourself.
So, ha ha ha, America is what he said. America. That's the website. Here's a fax from a chronic. Hi, Neil. Hi, George. 30-year listener.
About 30, man.
I adore you, and I'm only 53. It says cough. Hey, 53 is a spring chicken compared to old toad like me, and most of us old farts here at QAM. It's the old station, and we don't care if you don't like it, too bad. Just jealous. Both of my kids grew up with you, always on the radio. At your 25th anniversary, I sent you the signed Miami Metro magazine with my daughter on the cover. Now, your 30th, my son is in the Boca Raton News. He and his partner, Nick Lachey, started a website just for teens. I wonder what that means, he and his partner. And Nick Lachey.
I don't know.
Oh, he knows Nick? Anyway, it's called whyfly.com, or maybe nixfly.com. The article cannot be emailed, but it's in today's Boca Raton News by Nicole Jenkins. Boca native celebrates first website for teens. Teens only. I love you, Wendy. Thanks, Wendy. How do you like that?
Okay.
So her son and his partner, he and his partner, Nick Lachey, have a website just for teenagers.
That could mean anything.
What?
That could mean anything.
Whyfly.com. What do you mean it could mean anything? What does that mean? You are such a party pooper,
gender-neutral term there.
You and his party, such a party pooper. Yeah, that's right. Could be his girlfriend. Does it really make a difference? Does anybody care? Who the hell cares?
Not really.
Just an interesting choice of words.
That's
partner.
Right.
You know, like Hyman Roth had a partner.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to have a partner. Probably that guy that they're bringing back from Israel, like Hank said. He's probably got a partner. 966 votes. Boy, that is so impressive, man. I think we can just retire right now. 969. Oh, sorry, 960. WQAM, hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Michelle Rodriguez, who is...
Yeah, you heard of her?
We'll put
Who's
it on
that?
Awesome, thank you.
Okay.
She's an ugly beast, but we'll put her on there anyway. Michelle Rodriguez.
Let me say it again. Who is she?
She's
Hello?
on Lost right now. She's
Is there
an actress.
anybody out there? What?
She's an actress.
Yeah.
She's been in movies. She's on Lost right now.
She ought to be.
She's an ugly bean face.
Oh, well, put her on there anyway. What do you care? Oh, there's that Beaner stuff starting again. You were the one that found Beaner. Boy, you got some stinking nerve to be talking about Beaners.
Nevertheless.
Yeah. Where did you find him? Seriously, where did he come from?
For 2 years, he tried to get an internship here, and he would, come to appearances or write and bring his resume and all this stuff. And he was a computer guy, and that was at the time when we needed a computer guy and somebody to sit in the other room. So I set up an interview, and he BS'd his way on in.
An interview with?
With, I guess it was Clarence at the time.
Oh.
And Duff was still the operations dude at the time, but,
Because anyway, if Duff was making the decisions, he sure never would have hired him.
No.
He probably would have hired somebody who looked better than that. At any rate, he's, that's ancient history, and it's one of your mistakes. We all make mistakes in life, and that's one you're going to have to live with. Or almost died with.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's a good thing I wasn't there that day that he collapsed on the floor.
No, you would have enjoyed the show.
Well, it's probably my fault.
I didn't
Because,
know.
when these guys do the work for the internets and put the stories up there, I send all the, keep sending money, and I have a feeling that I was subsidizing whatever his una problema was. See, my tongue is so messed up, I can't even speak it right. Especially, I can't speak it Apani.
The interesting thing was when you push down on someone's chest when they're blowing blood bubbles out of their nose.
Yes.
It's amazing how big those bubbles can actually get before they pop.
I'll be damned. 11:57 at QM. We got Kimba Beaucamper at Panthers lost in a shootout last night. They were behind late and they tied it up. Looked like things were going well, and they lost in the shootout. Their playoff chances at this point are none and less than none. Montreal and Philadelphia. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I don't want to get into hockey talk, but the Philadelphia Flyers, man, it was an exciting game, but that Montreal game last night, choking, gagging. Eric Desjardins should rot in hell. Thanks a lot,
Neil
Alfred
Rogers.
Hitchcock, you idiot. Giving them frogs a point, you jackass.
Head of Homeland Security, Tom Ridge, advising you to put duct tape on your radio when I raise the warning color to pink for the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour.
Hi! Hey, what if I told you there's a way to prepare your corporate documents that will make them tasty to investors no matter what's actually bubbling just below the surface? Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Popeil for my latest invention, the Enronco Rotisserie Book Hooker. Oh, thanks. Now, before I show you all the great features you'll enjoy with my new book hooker, let me introduce my helper for today. She's the wife of disgraced former Enron CEO Kenneth Lay. Let's say hello to Linda Lay.
Hi, Ron. What's cooking? It sure smells good.
Oh, you ought to know, Linda. Right now, in the oven, we're cooking up a batch of Enron books.
Well, it sure smells rich.
Oh, that's right, Linda. My all-new Enronco rotisserie book hooker makes even the foulest-smelling accounting practices a real treat for the nostrils.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's because of the special heating element I designed. Come here. Look at this. See that right there?
Oh, Ron, I don't believe it. It's actually turning the red ink to black.
That's right. How about that, everybody? Oh, that's right. And best of all, when you're done cooking the books, you just pop out the heating element like this.
That was so easy.
Oh, sure. And then just pop in the Enronco rotary shredder. And then just shred it and forget it.
Ron, this is fantastic.
Thank you.
You should show this to my friends at Arthur Anderson.
Show it to them. Who do you think's my biggest customer? The Enronco rotisserie book hooker. Get one today before they lock you up. Bye, everybody.
I didn't forget it, Ron. Oh, boy, he's the best. 12:01 at 5:68. No juicy man, though. How's lunch coming from John the Baker?
Slow.
Really? Not there yet?
No.
Huh, sound a little bit despondent about it, too. It's coming, though, isn't it?
That's what we're told, yeah.
That's what you've been told. Well, I don't want Duff to get all bent out of shape because that's his account. And he'll get start hyperventilating, get all emotional and start crying. It'll show up there real soon. In fact, it looks to me like it's lunch hour right now. What do you want them there?
Right.
10:15 in the morning?
Sure, that'll be good.
They'll be there any minute, guaranteed. I'll bet you Josh's life on it. Whichever Josh you want to do. Oh, don't forget Miguel is there now. We got a report yet?
We got $60.
Well, he's just officially starting right now. That's better than we did yesterday.
It's a good head start.
Right. $12,065. That's a real good start. They ought to be lined up from there all the way up to Sunrise Boulevard. They ought to be lined up all the way to Commercial Boulevard. Noon to 2 at the Shell station. You'll find right now Miguel in the QM van waiting for yous. See, I don't want to make any predictions, but I'm very leery. That's why I'm very nervous about these CD things. Because in the beginning there's this real big, and then all of a sudden after people have got some, then strange things begin happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Still, it's not about the bits. It's about actually having the CD and contributing to the cause and having something to show people.
A little bit of thanks for 30 years at the right price. I mean, $20 isn't even $1 a year.
You put it in your CD case. It's part of the collection.
Entertainment and elucidation and whatever else we do.
It's a collector's item. That's what it is.
That's right. That's even not $1 for a fart sound that we used to play. Like just pennies per fart. Till 2 o'clock, Miguel's waiting for you. We better do $1,000 there today, or I'm going to be really porked off. I'll tell you. And when are we going to get the next update on the internet thing? Or is that just going to be sporadic, spastic?
I don't know.
Corona University and Broward Boulevard, next to that veterinarian place. I think that's Plantation Animal Hospital is what it is. Used to use them for a while. Here's one that says you've got a bunch of Jessicas on your list, but not the hottest one. Jessica Simpson. And George actually was close enough. She was right there in that studio, and probably still has saved a very shiny spot on that seat.
Right.
Right across the table.
I captured the air from the seat.
He captured the essence in a small
in a mason jar.
I can't tell you where he put the two, but he captured the essence of
Jessica's ass air. I said air.
I thought you said hair. Oh, I knew what you said. 56705. Yeah, she's all right. She's an idiot, and I really wonder about that whole arrangement. But what's to like? 5670560 and pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. WQAM. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Is this Neil?
Sounds like me. Yes.
Neil, 51-year-old angler. I've been listening to you for about 15 years. But I did get a CD, or I ordered the CD the day after you had it on the website, and I'm just wondering if people are getting them, how long it takes to get them.
Anybody want to give me an answer?
Oh,
or
I
am
wish
just
I do. Hey, 4 to 6 weeks. I don't know. I'll make
Get
something up.
out of here. 4 to 6 weeks.
I'll make something up.
They'll be along.
Yeah.
They'll be along.
Okay, well,
2 days.
thanks for the entertainment. You're great, Neil.
Okay, thanks for your help, Pally. See, once they start hitting me with questions like that, what
Right.
do I know?
We know, right. We got a guy. He's a good guy, and, he
How
sends
do you
them
know
out
he's a good
probably
guy?
weekly. Well, because
Well,
we met with him.
Take the money and abscond with it.
Because he did the stuff for us last year.
Yeah, well, that's the setup.
Right. Oh, I see. Oh.
No, he's a good guy. He's taking care of it. We don't want to get him all psychotic. Maybe he doesn't get it, but... Right.
Hey, Richard, mail the CDs out already.
Yeah, mail them out, Dick. 5670560. How are we doing on our poll? We got 1,000 votes yet? I would be surprised. Oh, look at that. My psychic powers, baby. That means that food will be in there any minute. 1,001 votes. Boy, I am good. Just ask me. I'll tell you. 1,001. And Jessica Alba and Halle Berry and Angelina, they all got a shot. They all got a big shot.
That's a nice group up there.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
Jennifer Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly sounds kind of silly. Okay, Jennifer Tilly, what do you say?
We'll put her on there.
Well, you can't say anything because the question is, who's the woman you most desire? If he wants Jennifer Tilly, he's entitled, okay? If he wants J-Lo, then he's entitled. Although I don't think he could probably handle an ass that big, but nevertheless, you never know.
Well, it ain't the ass that's objectionable.
It's all the rest. I think
face,
it starts with the ass, and it kind of like moves up from there and down, up and down. 5670560. Well, I tell you, these last couple of days, man, it's not looking all that promising. Ordinarily, this kind of a poll, these phones would be smoking, baby.
Right.
Smoking. What's with this crowd? I think they're gone. I think once they heard the trends on Friday, that was it. Well, that's that. We're done with that. What are we going to listen to now? We're done with that. And that Scare America, they're probably going to be going off pretty soon. What do we do now? What team do we start rooting for now? What bandwagon? The interesting thing is I'm a little bit tempted on this New York Daily News deal because they had a series of articles from this alleged book that Jermaine Jackson was writing, this expose. And then he goes on Larry last night, knowing that Larry would just kissy all over, which he did, and let him talk all the trash he wanted, and denies everything. He never had any of this stuff. It's all a bunch of lies. He never was going to write these things. He had an outline for a book that had nothing to do with this stuff, and yada, yada, yada. I still say, though, that if it was all a bunch of lies, wouldn't you at the very least want to demand a retraction or say we're going to sue your ass? Or he didn't indicate any of those things.
Absolutely.
And just like everybody else, LaToya and everybody else in the family, it's always, say one thing and then somebody gets to them.
That damn faggot. I can't stand it.
Right, like that, So I think that those big black Muslim bodyguards he's got around him all the time, I think they maybe occasionally make some of these people an offer they can't refuse.
Yeah, you think they're
I could be wrong.
persuasive?
They're very
They
persuasive.
make a good argument?
Just looking at him is kind of would persuade us. WQAM, hello.
Julian Barbary. Thank you.
Jillian Barbaric, okay.
All right.
Jillian Barber.
We'll put her on there.
Put her on there. That's what he wants.
He can have her.
Can he have her?
Oh.
I don't want her. You can have her. That's what George said.
That's right. Who?
WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
you got Vita Guerrera on the list?
Venus Guerrera.
No, Vita,
I know what you said.
V-I-T-A.
Vita Guerrera, I got it.
Got her?
I thought it was Guerra.
Guerra,
Yeah.
Guerra, man. Guerra, like Randy Guerra. He used to play first base for the Miami Hurricanes. Vita Guerra. What do he call her?
Guerrera.
You better get your spick talk straight, mister, if you're going to live in South Florida. Oh, they're going to excommunicate your ass real fast. Vita Guerra, like Randy Guerra. I remember Randy Garrett came back and played the Old Timers game on a Saturday when they were playing the Hurricane Spring game on the same day at the same time. And I got that call on Monday from Coach Smellyberger, very upset with me. Mr. Rogers, do you have a problem with us? And I said, yeah, I do. I said, I think if you're going to compete with yourselves for attendance, it's kind of a dumb thing to do. Well, if you have a problem in the future. While he was clenching that pipe in his teeth. You know Howard Smellyberger? He's a real hole is what he is. And, of course, the sports nerds, they kissy up to him. Yeah, I have no idea why. He's a real jerk. He's one of those sports nerds that take himself very seriously, you know. And any guy that smokes a pipe. I don't know about you. You know who used to smoke a pipe?
Who?
He used to sit in the dark in the office where Dick Casper used to be before him. Luke Crone. You talk about in the dark, literally and figuratively, sitting in there clenching, smoking a pipe, you know. I'm really wondering what he was smoking when he came right down to it.
Huh.
I really doubt that because I know he got hysterical when I had the bird seeds in there that day. Remember that episode you've heard of?
Yes, that's funny.
Talking about seeds for the seeding, I was pretending that we had a big thing of pot seeds in there. And,
that's funny.
Oh, my God. And there's Tom Jickett was my guest that day. And Luke Crone comes running down the hall, and little Tommy is in the hallway and screaming, "You're going to lose our license deal. Oh, you're losing your mind." Blah, blah, blah. Hysterical. And what I had in my hand was a jar.
Right.
A glass jar with a bunch of Hartz Mountain, not Hertz, it did hurt. Hartz Mountain bird seeds. That's what was in there. And any idiot could tell by looking at it what it was and certainly what was not. You know. If you can't tell the difference between bird seed and pot seeds, man, you better get on the pot or get off it.
Well, there's only one way to know for sure.
Yeah, I know. Man, what a clown. Yeah, the thing about guys with pipes, well, what are they trying to prove?
I smoke a pipe.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Shakira.
Oh, yeah, please. Put it on there fast.
Shakira, banana?
Shakira, I'm sure.
Oh, Shakira.
Yeah.
I tell you, man, the quality of these calls, I feel like I'm getting lard-ass Limbaugh syndrome. And I know it's not me.
No, it's the phones.
The phones suck. God. And, of course, how are those bulbs coming, those switches and those bulbs? I don't see anything going on, you know? A lot of verbal intercourse there, like that. Nothing's happening. But that's okay. I don't care.
Yeah, they're on odor.
I don't want to start again. I don't care. We have an understanding. You know what I mean?
No.
We've got a meeting of the minds. WQAM, hello.
Molly Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald. Oh, I feel so unclean. Molly Ringworm? Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what he said. We'll put her on there.
Boy, she gives me spilkies, man. I can't stand her.
That's just because you're an anti-Semite.
Oh, is that what it is? Molly Ringwald is Jewish?
Are you kidding me?
Get out of here.
She's like the poster child for
You're
Jewish
thinking
girls.
of Molly Goldberg.
Right.
Molly Pecan, who used to make that delicious pecan pie. Oh, I do love pecan pie, man. Little whipped cream on it.
A little too sweet, though.
Little dollop of... Oh, it is. Well, you have to have like a small slice. Just a real small slice, with lots of whipped cream on it, though.
That's right.
Mm.
To cut it down.
Yeah, to cut down the
sugar.
Insulin shock.
Although if you get somebody that makes it right with lots of pecans and not so much of the syrup, then it's perfect. Then
but
it's
nobody
great.
makes it like that.
No, you got to get it like a
Southern
homemade
dish, and
person.
Southern is like sickeningly sweet. You know what else? And I don't think I've ever had it, nor would I ever be tempted to eat it. Rhubarb pie.
Oh, I've had rhubarb. My sister makes a fine rhubarb pie.
Is it good?
Oh, yeah. If it's done right. See,
what does
rhubarb,
it taste like?
Rhubarb itself is very sour, so when you make it right, it tastes like a sweet tart. Like, you ever have the sweet tart candies?
Sure.
Yeah, it tastes like that.
Mm.
And it's good. It's got a tang
I'll
to
tell you
it.
one thing. There just aren't too many foods that they've made that I don't like. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be great if they're like, I don't like that. You know, like
like
pasta,
sugar.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Sugar,
bread.
sugar,
Me.
Oh,
Boy,
God. I feel like I got
chocolate,
red ants. Oh, chocolate. I feel like I got scabies Will you calm down? Is the food there yet?
No.
Come on, Duff. Let's go. Come on there. I know John the Baker's, we hope he gets better real soon. He had like some kind of a minor operation. He's fine, but he had like a little deal. So, of course, he's leaving it up to the underlings right now.
Oh, that must be the deal.
Yeah, they'll be there. If they're not there, boy, it's going to be scandalous, Duff. Hey, I'll tell you one thing. When you're shopping for shoes, it's scandalous if you're going anywhere beside Brandy's because you're getting ripped off. You're certainly not getting the deal you're going to get at Brandy's. You're not getting the selection. And you're certainly not getting the personalized care and treatment that you get at Brandy's. They treat your feet like gold, man. They fondle them. They practically kiss them. And your feet, too. And Brandy's professional shoe fitters make sure you get a perfect customized fit every time at the right price of the top brands in the business, like Rockport, Florsheim, Echo, Mephisto, New Balance, SAS, all the other top names. Brandy's even specialize in wide widths if you got big, ugly, fat feet, like a platypus. Brandy's is worth the trip from just about any place in town, so don't forget that unbeatable combination that makes Brandy's heads and shoulders above the rest. Comfort, style, fit, value, and selection. It's always Brandy's shoes. And Brandy's you'll find at that same great location. They've been going strong for about 400 years. 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Brandy's is open daily till 9, Sundays till 5, and this week they continue with that New Balance deal. It's a great time to buy New Balance this week at Brandy's because all great men's and women's styles are 10 to $20 extra off. So save a lot of cash by getting your ass in there this week, or do your shoe shopping on their website at brandysshoes.com.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Fact in the church.
You see a blown-up car on the side of the road. You know you're deep in the heart of Iraq, yeah. We're heading down that danger highway, trying to dodge bullets and get away, avoiding landmines in our way. I got me a tank and it's as big as a whale, and we're driving round Baghdad, Iraq. I got me a Hummer that seats about 20, so hurry up and find that Al-Zarqawi. Iraq is a little place where insurgents get together. Iraq, baby. In Iraq, baby. Iraq, baby, Iraq. Just now. Iraq, baby, Iraq. We've got some action here in Iraq, baby, Iraq. Look for those skeletons in Iraq, baby, Iraq.
1218 at 560 WQM. What do we got there at the University and Broward Boulevard Shell?
$100.
Boy. Are you sure the transmitter's been on this week? That's 12,105. Well, that's really weak. Boy, you folks, I'm telling you, really not coming through for us at all. We had that big, and of course you'd expect it on the anniversary day, right? And a little
Right.
stopover for a couple of more days. And then after that, that's it. Pull the plug. I think my idea I was rambling about yesterday, I think that might be a good idea. Just kind of like wander off, never to be seen again. What are you chuckling about? I got a couple of bucks.
Right.
I don't need this crap. My God, 30 years. I mean, the town that just refuses to cut it loose, man. Cut the crap. $100? We've been promoting this thing since 10 o'clock this morning. He shows up there 15 minutes early. And that, if we can't raise money at that intersection, then just forget about the whole deal, which I tried to tell you in the first place. I begged you.
Hey.
I don't want to get involved. I don't want to.
Don't look at me.
I don't want to. Well, who am I supposed to look at? Who made this decision?
Management.
Management? What management?
Nebulous, nameless management.
You mean that lady, Miss Management?
Yeah, exactly, mismanagement.
Oh,
I'll tell you
brother.
this: someone who didn't have to do any work.
Yeah, somebody yeah, good point, excellent point.
All right.
Well said. Somebody who didn't have to get involved in all the machinations of going through
Didn't have
this
to
and
work
begging
on it, put it
air
together, talk
and
about it,
working their ass
pocket,
to put
sell
it
it.
together, and
Exactly.
then,
Sit out there in the
all
heat.
the stuff, and Eric
Right.
on the website, all these things, you know.
To not get
it's
thanked,
easy
to not-
to talk,
yeah,
and then
exactly.
just kind of
Right.
like walk away, you know.
Right.
Let everybody else get hit with a fallout. We might as well be farting into a tunnel, man, into a windstorm. Good God, $100 in like almost a half an hour? At that rate, we might do as well as we did on Flagler Street yesterday. I want to apologize to all our good friends over there on Southwest 8th Street.
That's right. They dropped their dominoes just to come over there and buy some CDs,
Exactly.
and
It
all they
wasn't
get is
your
ripped.
fault. You did just as well as all these other going
Right.
are going to do.
Brush
No problem.
all three of their teeth to go over there and spend some money, and you're just ripping them.
They probably had to sell a couple of gold teeth, or maybe they had probably hocked a couple of them chains. Speaking of Iraq, Iran faces consequence in nuclear dispute, says your vice president. He's going to go hunting there if they don't cut it out. Iran will not be allowed to have nuclear weapons and faces meaningful consequences if it persists in defying the international community, Dick Cheney said today. They will face meaningful consequences. Una bomba, baby.
Are you threatening me?
Yes. Cheney, speaking to the pro-Israel lobbying group AIPAC, also reaffirmed that the U.S. was keeping all options on the table, including military force. Not that he was pandering to any Jews, you understand, and its determination to prevent Iran from developing nuclear arms. Israel has nuclear weapons. That's good. You guys in Iran want nuclear weapons. That's bad. The Indians, nuclear weapons, we're giving them whatever they want in exchange for the mangoes. Pakistan wants them. That's bad. But we sure as hell want Aishat Musharraf to go up there in the hills and find Osama and Mullabullah Omar and al-Zawahiri and al-Zarqawi and al-Schwartz and al-Goldstein and all these people. But nevertheless. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, hi, Neil. I got one for your poll.
Okay.
Machen Amick from Dream Lover.
I thought it was Badchin, but I'll take it.
Bunchin?
Okay, that's it.
Bunchin Munchin. What in God's name? What language are you people speaking now? Are you talking in code again?
I have no idea what country she's from, but I know what he's talking about.
Oh, I see. Look at that phone. I'm sitting down on the floor. I give up. I throw in the towel right now. I surrender. I'm waving the white flag.
Well, the good news is...
What's that?
Food's here.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Any minute that door was going to open and the food from John the Baker was coming in. Told you. So you can, lick your wounds and relax now. Sit back and just shovel that down. Just like Dom DeLuise. Remember he was stirring the spaghetti sauce there in Fatso?
Yes, he was.
And he took that little piece of garlic bread and he dipped it in there, put a little Parmesan cheese on it. And all of a sudden, all those tears, and he was crying. And all of a sudden, he was smiling all for Christ's sakes. He was a happy, chubby guy. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, Serena Williams for your poll.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. You can have her. WQAM, hello.
Comparing Magnolia to Crash, I'll take the frogs over the snow.
WQAM, hello.
What's up, Neil?
Yes, sir.
Come on for your poll today, even one that you like.
Really?
Macaulay Culkin. Bye.
That's more than I would have given him.
Yeah.
A hell of a lot more. 567-0560, pound 560, the Verizon and Singular wireless lines. Oh, my God. You Pipples, man, are something else. We've entered a new era now, in case you haven't noticed it. We've gone from wherever we were, which was on the southern end of purgatory, right into the jaws of hell. What do we got, by the way? I think we did another break, didn't we? How much we got?
We didn't do another break yet.
Oh. Well, we'll be doing one.
We will.
Sooner or later. I'm going to tell you, seriously, those people ought to be lined up. Shell Station on the corner of University and Broward Boulevard, that is the epicenter of where our listening audience is. That's the center.
Yeah.
There's some Jews there. There's some Goyim. There's some ragheads. There's some dark folks coming over from Lauderhill. Coming a little too far west, if you ask me. But nevertheless, there's all kinds of peoples out there, man. And we got $100 in a half an hour. That just, seriously, you could just shock the crap out of me with something like that. If you'd have told me that last week, I'd have said, boy, you are the most negatory human being on the face of the globe. And I would just have to hang my head in shame and say you are...
Absolutely correct, sir.
WQAM, hello. QAM, hello.
Coming a little too far west.
QAM.
There's all kinds of people. Neil, I got one for your poll.
Okay.
Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson. Now, she's she's alive. I can see that. Can't you see that?
She's no Venus Williams.
She's no Serena Williams. She's no Venus with a meanness. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil, I have a name for the poll.
Yes.
Terry Hatcher.
Terry Hatcher. What is with these phones?
I have no idea.
They all sound like they're coming apart. You folks better pay your bills, that's all I can tell you. Better pay the phone bill. I think they're sound like they're all on the verge of getting the old disconnect. Good God. Bad phone. WQAM, hello.
Go Leafs, go. Go Leafs, go.
WQAM, hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
Happy 30.
Uh-huh.
I've been with you half the time. It was a radio accident with John Moynihan, and how I actually discovered you, believe it or not.
Oh, really? Well, he was a radio accident.
Exactly. Oh, George, you'll appreciate this. This is Pete from Red State Riot.
Yo.
And we're going to be playing at the Legends at the Hard Rock this Friday night. They're actually letting me on stage at the Hard Rock Theater this Friday night.
Must be desperate.
Yeah, exactly. And not sure what I'm going to say yet, but I'll have a few things to say. So if any of you people want to see a screaming anarchist maniac at the Hard Rock this Friday, come on out, Legends Theater.
Okay, good luck to you, Pally, and the bill's in the mail. One of your friends sucking around for a
Not
free
one of my
plug.
friends. Political humor. I play this stuff on the air during the election time.
One of your buddies.
Political rock and roll.
He's probably going to be
Anti-Bush
almost as
stuff.
funny as Jon Stewart was
No,
on the
I'm sorry.
Oscars on Sunday.
I said humor. It's a rock and roll. They're a band, anti-Bush band.
26 past noon at 560 WQAM with lightning quick speeds, the latest features and security. Comcast high-speed internet leaves DSL in the dust. And right now you can get on board for just $9.95 a month for 2 months. With an always-on connection speed of 6 megabytes, Comcast high-speed internet is up to 4 times faster than DSL 1.5 and up to 100 times faster than dial-up. Whether you're downloading music, watching streaming video, playing online games, or just surfing your favorite sites, Comcast's reliable fast connection means you'll be flying through the internet with the greatest of ease. Plus, when you sign up for Comcast high-speed internet, you get instant access to free features like The Fan, Video Mail, Comcast Rhapsody Radio Plus, and up to 7 personal email accounts, just to name a few. Not only that, but you get McAfee security tools included, so you can be assured that your internet experience is always safe and secure. So what you be waiting for? Start doing more faster than ever before. Sign up for Comcast high-speed internet today for only $9.95 a month for 2 months. You'll wonder how you ever manage without it. In Dade, call 305-COMCAST, or in Broward, 954-COMCAST.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
God, your breaths are beautiful.
Dubai, your shipping port will buy. Dubai, you infidels must die. Oh yes, you may hate us, but Bush will have his way. Oh, Dubai, we will make you die. We've been in bed for such a long time with the Bush tribe family host. I ask you what would be safer than an unchecked freighter with a suitcase bomb on board. Dubai, we will die for port. And when you die, you get a free glass of port. Duck and cover when those bombs explode. Oh, Dubai, we will make you die. Thank heaven for 9/11. For we now control most of our lives. Cash or terror we will give into the Muslims who hate women. Unless they're really guys. We'll change your mind and it won't be hard. You buy the height of the old race car. Stay tuned to Corporate News, cause we own that too. Go to buy, we will make you die.
12:33. Here's the big number from the QAM van.
Yeah, I'm going to call you.
Got 2 pieces of good news, though, while you're filling your fat faces.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Macaulay Culkin, didn't we just hear that name mentioned only milliseconds ago?
Mere moments.
Jobless Culkin is sulkin. Ex-child star Macaulay Culkin says he's struggling to find work as a grown-up actor and that he barely talks to pal Michael Jackson.
Pal.
I don't know what people want from me, Culkin 25, boo-hoos in Time magazine. I'm the most out-of-work actor I know. To which we say,
all right.
Excellent. The Home Alone star's biggest recent role was in a real-life courtroom when he testified as a character witness last year for Jacko, who skated free on his child molestation charges, because in L.A. they can't convict anybody. Culkin, who still looks as pale and slim as he did in his heyday as Mias, says he's talked only once to Jackson since the pop star fled to the Middle East after his acquittal, to Bahrain. He's a friend, but the kind of friend you talk to twice a year, Culkin said. With little work in Hollywood, Culkin has written a semi-autobiographical novel, Junior, which is due to come out later this month. Oh, my God. Junior.
Grab my Junior, honey.
Wow. Culkin was dating that 70s show actress Mila Kunis. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
What does she look like?
The little brunette, not the redhead. Since you've seen that show
Like I
once.
watched that show?
You watched it long enough to notice that Fez is a screaming faggot.
Right, and that Ashton Coochie Coo is on there, who's getting
there
uglier
you
and
go.
more annoying by the minute.
There are two girls. You saw that part, right? She's the
I
brunette.
didn't pay any attention.
All right, I didn't. Well, that makes sense.
Well, but is she cute?
Yes.
And she's dating him?
What do you know?
Oh, my God. Macaulay Culkin admits his sputtering career in the stream of consciousness tone of the book might spark even more whispers about him. Well, what does that mean? I've led a very isolated existence since I was 6. He said it's kind of been me and my mind. I hope people don't think I'm crazy because I'm not. Maybe it was all that diddling in bed with Michael. Maybe that's what affected his mind. Or something that rhymes with mind, like B. Well. Oh, and here's some more good news. So we don't have no report from Miguel?
We just got 250.
Well, that's starting to move up a little bit. It's not spectacular, but
Slowly but surely.
What?
Slowly but surely.
So that's, don't call me Shirley, 230, 12,230. We'll do 1,000 today.
Good.
You don't think?
I think we can. You got a shot.
I mean, we're going to be there till 2 o'clock.
Right.
And then, of course, Josh is going to do a real big number tonight at Smoky Bones. Bernie Kosar Steakhouse. Aren't you? Going to do at least 400 or 500?
Oh, yeah.
Well, why do you say it like that? What kind of crowd shows up for those deals every week?
You know.
No, I don't know that.
The
If I knew, I
dining,
wouldn't be...
the silent dining crowd. Of course, we have a broadcast going on in there.
Right.
Yeah, sports crowd, I would imagine.
Well, it's a nice place.
In other words, the hurricane crowd, which is certainly not my people. Oh, God. Hate me like poison. You won't do $40. You want to go back to Smoky Joe Bones again. Why did you get me into this? That's all I would like to know.
Why did I get you into
Why did I
this?
get sucked into this in the first place? I said, please.
I dragged my heels as hard until they bled. All right?
Oh, my God.
And I told everyone who was approaching me with the desire to do something, I said, leave me out of it. If you plan to go down this path, leave me out of it. I don't need to go through another thankless exercise. Thank you very much.
Because it's a lot of, and it's not really interesting listening for people listening in to hear me begging and pleading and squeezing and cajoling and trying to get somebody to show up and give us some money, which they just don't care. It's a cheap-ass place. It always has been. It always will be. And, they got us all whipped up with a phony enthusiasm there because of that 30th anniversary thing last week, lasted a couple of days. And now you see all the way around, it's like, that's it. Like, don't look for us for anymore because we shut our deal. That's it. Forget about it. Anyway, here's the other good news while you're eating. Just enjoy lunch. Don't worry about it. We'll do the best we can. That's all we can do. Just like the show. We'll do the best we can. What else is new? So the calls suck, and all of a sudden they've reduced to a very... the internet, the website, on the other hand, is going crazy. So it goes to show you it's the yin and the yang. Not everything is going to be sensational. Last few days, for whatever reason, the website just going nuts. Maybe they're all reading a loose change on their parts 1 and 2, you think?
That could be. And watching
sure hope
it, too.
Because they're sure not on there giving money to Abandoned Pet Rescue by the zillions. That's for damn sure. That's for dang sure. Harris circling the wagons consultant says Senate hopeful cancels weekend appearance. Oh, the plane. Catherine Harris, she's in deep doo-doo, baby. It's up to her armpits. Already trying to avoid the media, Longboat Key Republican Catherine Harris is now canceling campaign stops in southwest Florida as questions swim about her ties to Washington, D.C. defense contractor, the center of an ongoing national bribery scandal. Harris, who is running for the U.S. Senate, abruptly canceled a stop in Charlotte County on Saturday, and 4 other events planned for Lee and Collier counties were removed from her campaign website. It's another sign that Harris's struggling campaign is now in full crisis mode. Political consultants say that actually that's bad news, because I'd love her to be the Republican candidate, but unfortunately don't look that way. They could beat her without even showing up.
Yep.
Political consultants say that shying away from the public right now is a bad strategy. She can't hide and expect this to go away, said David Johnson, a Republican political consultant. Looks like her campaign is circling the wagons. Brandon-based political consultant Mark Proctor, that's Brandon where Josh used to live. Mark Proctor who's a proctologist, said he advised his clients to hold court early with the media to avoid a story dragging on for a week as it has with Harris. The longer the story goes on, the more likely it is for voters to remember the issue come Election Day, he said. The company's owner admitted in federal court, MZM, that he gave $32,000 in illegal campaign donations to Harris. Well, we had that story the other day. But there's the good news, okay? Catherine Harris has fallen on hard times. And wait till she gets on that plane again. Look out. Just like Joyce, you know. Next time you start your car, Joyce, I'd be real careful. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular wireless line. $250 my ass. We got $12,230. See, with me, it's not one of those things where I can just ignore it, you know.
I know.
Once you get me involved in it, I try to get involved. Try to to really do a job, you know.
Right.
We're doing a job, all right. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I just got out of a meeting, so if you already heard about this, I apologize. But a little spy report. Your nominal, and I guess it's very nominal competition, Sid Rosenberg. I don't know if you heard he called into the Ron and Fez show yesterday on XM.
Yeah.
And it was pretty funny. He was begging Ron Bennington for a $5,000 loan, saying he had to work for $1.75 and a grilled cheese sandwich down here in Miami, and basically bemoaning his fact that he was stuck down here, and he was begging for a gig on XM. I have a copy of it as an MP3 file if you guys want it.
No, I don't want to get depressed.
Oh, okay. It was just pretty funny, and Bennington inferred later that he wasn't going to make the loan because it would wind up Sid's nose. Let me just put it that way.
It's so embarrassingly true.
Okay,
Anyway,
thanks for the good news, Pally. Oh, poor Sid. He won't be around too long. Sid the Kid, you know, I'm sure he realizes what side of the street he's on. It's not this side. That really put them over the top, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon. You know what I'm going to do from now on? There's no point to this. And it was my bad. This list was from, what the hell was it again? AskMen.com. All I had to do, and I didn't see that, I missed that. Because they only list, in this story, they only list the top 10. So I used those top 10, I added a few of my own, then you added a couple.
Right.
And that's what we started with. And then we're letting these people call in with, again, building the poll with stupid-ass names. All I had to do was click the AskMen.com, and they had the top 100. And I could have, Eric can paste and cut and slap and squeeze, and he could have done that. And then we wouldn't have to waste time with this.
Yeah, but then what would the callers call up about?
Oh, there wouldn't be any. 18 till 1 at 560 WC. Are you starting to get the drift of where I'm going now?
No, I was being sarcastic.
Oh, it's just the whole thing, you know? Just amazing. It's South Florida. I keep forgetting, you know, out of sight, out of mind, out of touch, like Tom Jickle would say. Out of touch. And my response, Tom, is touch this. Hey, you all know the name by now, Dry Concepts. I've used them for over 21 years in my homes. They're the best carpet cleaning company in the world. So before you go out and spend thousands to replace your carpeting, give Dry Concepts a call. You'll be amazed at the way they can bring those carpets back to life, looking just like brand new. When they finish doing their fantastic job for you, they leave your carpets vibrant in color, soft to the touch, and stain-free. Dry Concepts is the only company I would call, and the only one you ought to be working with, too. I'm sure you already know it, but just in case you don't, Dry Concepts also specialize in drapery cleaning, upholstery cleaning, deep cleaning of your expensive leather furniture, and lots more. And they give you a written, guaranteed price before they start doing the job. And without a doubt, one of the best things you can do for Oriental or area rugs is to use a quality underlayment. It's essential for, it sounds like something religious, it's essential for extending the life and beauty of your area rug. It provides critical cushioning and prevents skidding on hard floors, too. During the month of March, call Dry Concepts and get 15% in savings on all underlayment padding. Dry Concepts, always professional, always on time. Carpet cleaning, water damage restoration, pet odor treatments, mattress cleaning, and lots more. Call the best, trust the best. Dry Concepts. Call them toll-free in Dade, Broward, and the Palm Beaches. 1-800-248-5071. That's 1-800-248-5071, or on the wicked web, dryconcepts.com.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Ya basta de chupar.
Yo, you seen Jay-Z perform on the Grammys with Paul McCartney. That's right. And now, Jehovah comes out of retirement. Yeah. To duet with all the legends. You've never heard more beautiful duets than these. Jay-Z, duetting with the legend. Yeah, while it's hot, y'all.
12:47 at QM. I bet you here's the big number coming up right now.
Oh, any minute now, I'm sure. Well, you gotta, account for the delay, so at least, allow 30 seconds.
Well, I thought he was. It says on here, and it doesn't say it on this one. All the other ones it always said on the bottom. After every commercial break, he's going to be calling in, Miguel.
Right,
with,
after.
Right.
So.
Maybe he's getting swarmed with people.
That's it.
Right
Maybe
now.
he's so busy selling discs right now
with red ants?
that he doesn't have a chance to call.
Wait till you hear this. The Americans ought to be riding. What are they worried about? They're worried about it's hard out there for a pimp. Bechtel. Oh, no, listen, play it. I like it.
Oh, yeah? Next time.
Bechtel contractor based in Dubai gets lucrative U.S. security contracts from a raw story, no less. A British security firm headquartered in Dubai has won lucrative contracts for U.S. security in Iraq and the United States, providing security in the wake of Hurricane Katrina and training Iraqi port security officers under the Coalition Provisional Authority Raw Story has founded. The firm, the Olive Group, I wonder if they're kin to the Olive Garden, is largely comprised of ex-British intelligence officers. While a British company, its main headquarters are in Dubai, the United Arab Emirates city that caused a stir when it was revealed that the Emirates were set to take over control of 21 U.S. ports. Olive was founded in 2001. The revelation that a Dubai-based firm provides security consulting for myriad U.S. operations at home and abroad shows the increasing tendency of the U.S. government to privatize security efforts. It comes on the same day that the Fudge Report discovered that a foreign company handles security at an Indianapolis airport. Oh, yeah, let's let the ragheads handle security at the airport. The Fudge Report. How do you like that? Oh, he's going to get a lashing, I guarantee you that.
A tongue lashing?
Well, it wouldn't be the first one.
$400, by the way.
Well, that's a little, We got a shot at 1,000. It's not
it all adds
one
up.
big splotch. 12,405. I'd be happy with 1,000, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd be happy with 1,000.
Maybe I'll make that 1,000 for you tomorrow at Woodbine.
All right.
Put it in a little envelope and send it right on up.
No, just don't put your losings in there.
No, I'm going to put. I'm just going to send you an empty envelope, and you can reimburse me for my losing.
Yeah.
Olive's consulting in Iraq is underwritten by U.S. taxpayers under an umbrella contract awarded to Bechtel.
Oh, my God.
It has won 3 major contracts from Bechtel since the invasion in 2003. A recent estimate suggests the U.S. spends $2 billion a year on private security services in Iraq. Olive has scored at least $100 million when the study was published in 2004. Olive came under scrutiny in 2003 after it emerged that the co-owner's father, Tony Allam, visited Washington to meet with Bechtel leaders as an envoy of Iraq Industry Working Group, an arm of the British government. Allam and his son denying the contracts awarded due to favoritism. Right. Under another U.S. Bechtel deal, Olive provided security in Mississippi for travel trailers and mobile homes in the wake of Katrina. Raw Story has found the firm also provided training for guards who guard Iraq's ports. The Iraq Port Authority, the IPA, has approximately 130 Iraqis local and occupy security positions at the port, a 2004 press release from the Coalition Provisional Authority declared. And it goes on, yada, yada. Well, there you go. All your money, man, is being siphoned to the same bunch of crooks, the same bunch of folks who are in bed with Bush and Cheney and all of these, and Bush 1, all of these gangsters. The international and public is just sitting back like that. It's good. Because, it's hard out there for a pimp.
There ain't a lot of this we can play, by the way.
Well, I noticed right after the beginning, it was the first bleep when they played that. Okay.
Yeah, that's about as far as we can go.
That's
as deep as we dashed get.
Right from the get-go. 1,109 votes on the poll. We're kicking ass on the poll. We got 400 out there. That's not so bad. Why is Josh getting so depressed about that?
I don't know, because he wants to do well all the time.
Is that what it is?
That's exactly what it is.
He has high standards.
Well, and if that's the case, then you better come up with at least $400 tonight over there at the Bernie Kosar's Smoky Bone.
Better send me that other check then.
He already did.
I guess his check
didn't
get there.
Oh, I got it yesterday.
I didn't hear no thank you.
Yeah. By the way, thank you.
Jackass. Well, what? You see, this
you weren't here this morning.
Choke on it. Choke on that lunch, okay?
That's George dying.
Good. Although you're not the one that should be choking. He should be gagging. My God. The way I take care of people, and what do I get in response? Like that, And then he's going to tell me Dave Van Boring was great. Just to rub salt in the wound. Well, you better not bend your bridges with those guys. You know, they might want you back.
That's right.
Doubt it. Especially after all the great food you got them. Who is the woman you most desire? You want her. 1109. Jessica, well, we left Oprah off the list. Jessica, although I think we said women. Jessica Alba, 160. Halle Berry, 143. Angelina Jolie, 131. Charlize Theron, 104. How about Ryan Philippe? Oh, and lady, woman we said. I want him. Scarlett, although what's that show on tonight? It's the Supernatural.
Right.
Sam and Dean. Just save Sam and Dean for this old queen. Scarlett Johansson, 97. None. I'm a straight female, 57. 5.1%. Oh! See that? You guys just don't realize when we're like kicking serious, big, fat, smelly, hairy ass. God. 5%. When's the last time we had 5% of this audience women? If they would just put it down in the damn diary, we'd kick some big ass. Well, you know, you never sent me the person's 2554 from the last trend. That's what really counts. Because you can see what the male number is.
I never got that.
What?
They never gave it to me.
Well, you better start bitching out that clearance. I thought we had an understanding.
I'll go run it down.
Person's 2554. Just in our day part. I don't give a crap about the other. They don't care about us. We don't care about them. Just take the money to the bank, Hank, and the Mad Dog. That's it. And Curtis. Straight female, 57. Natalie Portman, 51. Eva Longoria, 44. None. I'm gay, 43. I don't want no woman. I hate this pool, 43. Britney Spears, 39. Look at that. She is fallen bad, especially since people found out she was doing that grotesque redneck.
That thing.
Oh, my God. I don't think he's even got no thing. Jessica Biel, 37. Adriana Lima, 27. Jennifer Connelly, 21, if you ask me. She ought to do better than that. Pamela Anderson, 15. Jenna Jameson, 14. Well, at least she's ahead of her. Salma Hayek, 13. Maria Menounos has got a dozen. Sandra Bullock, 9. See, to me, Sandra Bullock, I don't think she's sexy. She's cute.
But she's a sweetheart.
Yeah, but cute.
She's a lady. Stand up when she enters the room kind of a lady. Although she did have a potty mouth in that movie.
Not the kind of lady you expect you're just going to hop on her bones.
Right, pulling her hair and spanking her.
Right. Jessica Simpson, 8, although maybe that's why she fell down the stairs. God was punishing her because she just, doesn't play the game that way. Paris Hilton, 8. Paris Hilton's got 8. 8 guys in this audience want Paris Hilton. Guess what? You can have her.
Yeah.
We'll put her in a crypt and send her right to your house right now for you to have your way with. Sienna Miller, 7. Shakira, 6. God, I love Shakira.
She's great.
Giselle Bundchen has got 4. Is that Bundchen or Munchin? Jennifer Tilly, 3. Just don't say it. Terry Hatcher, 2. Vida Guerra has got 2. Guerra. Gabriella Union has got 2. Tyra Banks, 2. Michelle Pfeiffer's got a pair. That straight lady who pretended to be straight called before that dyke. Amory, 2. Janet Jackson, 1. Serena Williams, 1. Jillian Barbery's got 1. That's sad. Naomi Watts has got 1. Pam Grier, 1. Eva LaRue, 1. Molly Ringwald and Michelle Rodriguez, and rightfully so, both have got the big.
Oh!
Wow. Do I have time to read this editorial from the New York Times, Mr. Bush's Asian road trip?
Well, how long is it?
I do.
All right.
Short. Editorial from today's New York Times. There's a lot of good a president can do on a visit to another country, negotiate treaties that enhance American security, shore up a shaky alliance, generate goodwill in important parts of the world. Unfortunately, President Bush didn't do any of those good things on his just completed visit to Pakistan and India and may have done some real harm. The spectacularly misconceived trip may have inflicted serious damage to American goals in 2 vital areas, namely mobilizing international diplomacy against the spread of nuclear weapons and encouraging Pakistan to take more effective action against the Taliban and al-Qaeda fighters operating from its territory. The nuclear deal that Mr. Bush concluded with India threatens to blast a bomb-sized loophole through the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. It would have been bad enough on its own and disastrously ill-timed because it undercuts some of the most powerful arguments Washington can make to try to galvanize international opposition to Iran's nuclear adventurism. But the most immediate damage was done on Mr. Bush's next stop, Pakistan. Washington is trying to persuade General Pervert Musharraf, the Pakistani military dictator, to defy nationalist and Islamic objections and move more aggressively against Pakistani-based terrorists. This is no small issue because both Osama Yamama and the Taliban leader Mullah Omar are now believed to operate from Pakistani soil. But sticking Mr. Musharraf with the unwelcome task of explaining to Pakistanis why his friend and ally Mr. Bush had granted favorable nuclear terms to Pakistan's arch-rival India, while withholding them from Pakistan, left him less likely to do Washington any special and politically unpopular favors on the terrorism front. It's just baffling why Mr. Bush traveled halfway around the world to stand right next to one of his most important allies against terrorists and embarrass him. India and Pakistan are military rivals that have fought each other repeatedly. They hate each other like poison. They've both developed nuclear weapons outside the Non-Proliferation Treaty, which both refused to sign. When India exploded its first acknowledged nuclear weapon 8 years ago, Pakistan felt obliged to follow suit within weeks. So when Mr. Bush agreed to carve out an exception to global non-proliferation rules for India, it should have been obvious that Pakistani opinion would demand the same privileged treatment, and that Mr. Musharraf would be embarrassed by Mr. Bush's explicit refusal to provide it. Mr. Bush was right to say no to Pakistan. It would be an unthinkably bad idea to grant a loophole to a country whose top nuclear scientists help transfer nuclear technology to leading rogue states. Granting India a loophole that damages a vital treaty and lets New Delhi accelerate production of nuclear bombs makes no sense either. Mr. Bush should have just stayed home. But you know something? Then we never would have had those mangoes.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Hello, this is Arnold. This is not a tumor. It's the 1 to 2 hour.
What did Jen say when she heard the news about Miss Jolie? Was she upset, sad, and crying? Did she act like a banshee? Did she swear? Does she care that Brad put that baby there? Did she get the heebie-jeebies? Did she call her best friend Phoebe? Is she mad at her Brad for becoming a new dad? Or secretly is she glad that he's gone? Now that the news is out, it's time to scream and shout that she's happy now that she has been spun. Will she vow here and now that she'll get even somehow? Will she finally say Angelina is a man-stealing cow? Will Jen sing about their fling sitting down with Larry King? Will she say that Brad was stinky, had a tiny little winky? Like the blur for Jennifer, 'cause how happy they both were until that home wrecking witch changed the plan. Life was a fairy tale, now her house is for sale. She's got the twitch from the switch, they threw her marriage in a ditch. Life's a bitch, 'cause that twitch took her man.
Yeah, here's the facts, and rightfully so. How come Jennifer Aniston's not on the pool, huh? Is she chopped liver or something?
Yeah, kind of.
Poor Jennifer Aniston. Come on, get her on there right away. Somebody wants Jen. They want her on there. Oh, and the CNN just discovered that Barry Bonds, there's a new book coming out. Authors allege that Bonds used steroids for at least 5 seasons. There's your hero, Josh. Your hero who claims he was just smearing it. Isn't that what he said? He just was smearing it? That's why he kept creaming the ball?
I'm sure he was.
He was smearing that cream. He didn't want to say where.
Rectum.
Yeah. Steroids. Oh, there's your girlfriend. Kira Phillips. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'd like to get an old baseball bat with a rusty nail.
Bonds called for the restarting of cycles when he felt his energy and power start to drop. If Anderson, his trainer, told Bonds he was not due for another cycle, the authors write Bonds.
Smoking Bones. See, she's been listening. Bones.
It sounds like,
very
according
Bones
to what we're reading and seeing, this was a hardcore addiction.
That's true. I mean, according to the reporting by the authors...
There's Tom Verducci. He's going to give it to Verducci from Sports Illustrated.
...enhancing drugs. The authors name at least 10 different substances that Bonds has used, and as you mentioned, in varying degrees and varying forms. Some he injected himself, according to the authors. Some injected by his trainer, according to the authors. And
oh my God!
Some in pill form, liquid form, and lotion form, cream form.
Aha! Did you hear that?
I heard it.
In lotion form. That's what you've been waiting to hear. That's the important part, Barry.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
Right.
And the important thing is we got 5 bills.
Oh, there you go. See? So in other words, we're halfway home. We need another 500 by
we got another
2
hour.
o'clock. We got another hour to go. And, of course, now we got some momentum. We got 12,505. I want to at least get to 13,000 by 2 o'clock. Is that an unreasonable expectation? Of course
Yes.
not. It is?
I thought you said 1,000 earlier.
No, I'm not talking about for the day.
The total.
I'm talking
Sorry.
about for the total.
Give me a heart attack over here.
That's just another $495.
So we can do that.
Let's see. Here's the facts from Russ, who is so chronic. Let's see. Where are all the gorgeous Russian athletes?
He's got a point.
Surprised that Anna Kornaholia's not on. Well, let's get her on there right away. Look, they're not on there because nobody's calling in and saying them. That's
right,
why.
Russ. That's what you're there for.
And we haven't had enough calls here to fill a teacup with, okay? God. Also, Maria Sharapova, come on. I saw her the other day for about 4 seconds. She's Mias. But he says...
She's no Anna, but I'll take her.
Maria Sharapova, that's the one he wants the most, Ross. Okay, you can have her. Put her on there. Anna Kournikova and Maria Sharapova. Now, speaking of lesbians, Frederick, Maryland. Hood College is reviewing its homecoming rules after a lesbian was crowned king, a college official said.
Oh, my God.
This is kind of like a... that was special. I thought we had like an echo. I thought we did reverb like the old WABC jingle.
Are we in church all of a sudden? Nice acoustic.
Herb Oscar Anderson. It's, jeez. That was fantastic. That was simultaneous,
yes, it was.
Whatever.
Great psychic moment.
Well, this is a twist on the usual thing where the guys want to be the homecoming queen.
Right.
And I've known plenty of those. But this is the other way around. Jennifer Jones, the 21-year-old senior who beat out 3 men for the honor of Crown King, said the crowning was a positive step for the private liberal arts college, Hood College. And she don't even live in the Hood. It is cool that Hood allows people to be themselves, Jones told the Frederick News Post, Frederick, Maryland. If people don't want me to be king, they wouldn't have nominated me and voted for me. And then she'll tell you, they got a clip on here on CNN, why it's good to be the king. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Not that king.
Oh.
Newark, Delaware received 64 out of the 169 votes cast for king last month. More than 2 weeks after Jones was crowned, criticism and praise were still ripping through the 2,100-student campus in western Maryland. She's not a man, said Singleton Newman, a 22-year-old senior who was nominated for queen. It's a gender issue, and she's a woman.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know. Santo Provenzano. I wonder if he's kin to Pat Provenzano from Batavia Downs. Santo Provenzano, 21, who competed for the King, said Jones' selection made the event seem like a joke. It discourages guys from wanting to take part in the future, he said. Donald Miller, Hood's Student Activities Director, said all homecoming events will be reviewed and possibly changed. We're looking at what students want Hood's homecoming to be, he said. It was only the second annual homecoming for the school. Men started attending Hood in 71, but the school didn't become fully co-ed until 2003, when men were first permitted to live on campus for the first time. Jones tried to run for homecoming prince last year, but a student committee wouldn't let her on the ballot, even though she had gathered the required number of signatures on nominating petitions. Miller said a rule change this year abolished the petitions that required the candidates be nominated by student ballots. Well, I'll guarantee you that Jennifer is more manly than most of those wimpy guys on that campus. Wouldn't you think?
I'm sure.
A manly
She's
man.
not a member of the heterosexual persuasion.
A masculine child. Anyway, we got 500, huh?
Yes.
Pretty disappointing when you come right down to it. I'm just naive. I'm just stupid. That's my problem. Just like Mo used to say, stupid. You, me, Josh, we're all stupid.
A lot of us.
WQAM, hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? I just had to turn my radio down. Congratulations on 30 years. I don't know how you're doing, man. Great. I love you, man. I guess you probably know that Dick was in town yesterday.
Yes.
And they shut down 95 and all the exits and all.
Yeah, of course.
Get on and off. Have they ever done that before? Do you know?
They do it all the time. They do when Clinton used to come in, when Bush comes in. Come on, do they do that all the time? Get out of here. Why is he asking me something like that? When anybody important, like when Alfred E. Newman, Bush Jr. comes in. Anybody. When your fat-ass governor comes in. I don't know if they do it for him, do they?
I don't know what they do. I don't want to know what they do.
I think they ought to roll out the barrel, and I think he ought to go over Niagara Falls in it. Roll out the barrel for fat-ass Jeb, a real gangster and crook if there ever was one, with that dysfunctional family. How about that story, by the way, about Neil Bush getting funding for that school scam program he's got going from the UAE? From the UEA?
Gee, I'm so surprised. No.
Yeah. What a revelation, huh? Even in the Bible there ain't no revelations like that. Birds of a feather are crooks together, make no mistake about it. And, of course, this is a $7 billion deal they're messing with. So one day your president didn't know anything about it, and then the next day he's threatening to veto if anybody tries to block it. How do you like that?
Messing up all my plans.
He sure is a quick a quick learner, ain't he? He's a quick study. My God. Look at that. Lung cancer kills more women than breast cancer, and poor Dana Reeve, she never even smoked. She was not a smoker. I'll bet you it's that secondhand smoke. Remember what I told you about Fallsview Casino in Niagara Falls?
Oh, yeah.
Love that place, but man, I can't wait till they stop the smoking in there. Oh, brother. All you faggot smokers out there, why do you have to keep blowing the smoke in everybody else's face? And not only that, but when they're just holding it, when they're not puffing on it, and the cigarette too.
Oh yeah.
They always leave it at that angle, so that, and they watch. They out of the corner of their eye, they're watching just to make sure that smoke is wafting up right in your face.
Right in your eye.
Yeah, your eyes are burning, man. It's burning. You're tearing up. Anyway, that's probably because you're losing your ass. The woman you most desire, we got a horse race going. I think it might even be a four-way, which I'm sure you'd like to see that. 1,159 votes. Jessica Alba 165, Halle Berry 148, Angelina Jolie 134, and Charlize Theron 109. Who wouldn't want to see that? Scarlett Johansson 97. She's starting to make her move. None. I'm a straight female 58. 5% even. That's a blessing. A blessing. Natalie Portman 51. None. I'm gay 46. 3.9. Eva Longoria, 45. I hate this poll, 44. Britney Spears, 40. Now, doesn't that interest you that the gay male is only 3.9% of this audience?
Well, like I said, when you've taken those polls before, they come out to about 10% or more. But I think that instead of choosing that option, they're actually voting for something.
No. The question is, what woman do you most desire? Gay males desire these women? Get out of here. We're not asking who's the most beautiful. Then I can understand that. Who do you desire? Who do you want to get it on with, baby? Who do you want to wake up in the morning next to sniffing?
We desire.
Yeah. Anyway. I hate this poll's got 44. Or wait, did I leave somebody out? Yeah, Eva Longoria, 45. I hate this poll, 44. Britney Spears, 40. 40 guys still, they would still overlook all the other crap. Jessica Biel, 38. Adriana Lima, do I just give her a good shower? Oh, and I noticed that Dial is now advertising the new men's body wash that's like real manly and yada, yada, yada. And they show a bar of soap next to it, Dial, for men, but then it's the Dial body wash for men.
Sure.
They're trying to get to the crowd of you pansies out there who still are too insecure to nobody uses soap no more. Don't you get it? Nobody uses soap unless they want to drop it. Jessica Biel, 38, Indiana 11, 27, Jennifer Connelly, 24, Pamela Anderson, 15, Selma Hayek, 14, Jenna Jameson, only 14. Now that's shocking. Oh, and maybe the reason they don't want her is because they feel she's well used, well worn.
To say the least.
Yeah. Jessica Simpson, 12, Maria Menounos, 12, Sandra Bullock. Poor Sandra. She fell down them stairs. Oh, and by the way, if I can just say that wise ass that called before, that play was very clever. I never said that I like Crash as much as Magnolia. I said it was reminiscent, the story and the style of the way the movie was done. It was reminiscent of Magnolia. I never said it was as good as Magnolia. I liked it as much as Magnolia, which I don't. Magnolia is like a classic. It's a masterpiece. Crash is very good, but no, I don't put it in that category. You do, obviously. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's a masterpiece.
Oh.
And Magnolia,
well, it is. Huh?
Fell just short. Sorry.
I think it fell about 2 frogs short.
Okay, yeah, we need more frogs.
Paris Hilton, 9. She's tied with Sandra Bullock. I mean, that's pretty sad. Sandra ought to be PO'd about that. Sienna Miller, 8. Shakira, 7. I keep forgetting to play my Shakira stuff. Vida Guerra's got 5. Jennifer Tilly, 4. Tyra Banks, 4. Giselle Bundchen's got 4. Terry Hatcher, 3. Who else? Pam Grier, 3. Gabrielle Union, 2. Michelle Pfeiffer, 2. Anne-Marie, 2. I thought that's something that, that motor oil. We said that the other day.
Emily.
Janet Jackson, 1. Serena Williams, 1. Jillian Barberie, 1. Naomi Watts, 1. Eva LaRue, 1. And none for Maria Sharapova. We just put her on there. Anna Kourniholia. Jennifer Aniston. Molly Ringwald. And Michelle Rodriguez. Molly Ringwald had to be a joke. Didn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure. She's all right.
Didn't she have ringworm?
No.
Or at the very least, ring around the column.
She's just a ginger.
I see. Who am I thinking of that's married to, not Patrick Swayze, Kurt Russell?
What about him?
Who's married to Kurt Russell?
Goldie Hawn.
Goldie Hawn, that's what I'm thinking of. I'm not saying that guys want Goldie Hawn. She's a little long in the tooth.
Take her over her daughter, though.
Who's your daughter?
Kate Hudson.
Oh, are you picking on poor Kate Hudson?
Yes. Now and forever.
Come on. How about Kate Moss?
Okay.
Can't even see her no more. Kate Hudson, man, she's a member of the Klan now, Kate Hudson. She's a member of the group she's in. She's been initiated. I don't think the way that some people are thinking, but she's been initiated.
Well, that's too bad.
113 at 560 WQAM.
You fairy.
Beach Ford has gone mad. It's madness in March, and it's going on right now and all during the month of March at Beach Ford. They just missed having a record month last month, so they plan to break that record this month. Right now, extended cab Ford 150s are as low as $249 a month with just $995 down plus fees with approved credit and 39-month lease. Madness in March at Beach Ford means you must be mad. You must be a crazy person if you don't take advantage of rebates and discounts of up to $10,000 on all new and used vehicles. If you're not in the market for a new car but know somebody who is, send them into Beach Ford. If they take delivery in March, Beach Ford will send you $200 in cash. That money comes from their advertising budget, so they're not going to jack up your friend's price to get the $200 back. Don't miss out on this once-a-year event. Beach Ford Madness in March going on right as I speak. Extended cab Ford 150s as low as just $249 a month. Discounts and rebates up to $10,000 and $200 in cash just for referring a friend. Send them on by. So hurry in. Beach Ford is 2 miles east of the Golden Glades on 163rd Street and West Dixie Highway. Guaranteed, I'll bet your life on it, you'll love your Beach Ford experience.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Oh! God. Where is Natalie? Kidnapped? Drowned? Murdered? Tonight is the very first time you're hearing an in-depth account from the main suspect, Joran Vandersloot.
You were the last person to be with Natalie.
Yes.
It doesn't put you in a good position.
Maybe, it's time to go to the police and tell them exactly what happened.
Are you ready to tell the truth?
Yeah. Something happened to her.
Did you harm Natalie Holloway?
Yes. A lot.
Did you kill Natalie Holloway?
Yes, I did it.
Natalie is gone.
Why would you do that?
The sexual predator and soul.
When primetime continues.
Do you remember the last time you saw her?
Yeah, the last time I saw her, she was swimming with sharks.
Next.
119. So I guess Clarence came running in here with these midday 10 to 3.
That is correct. I asked him and he brought him right over.
Thanks, Clarence. And you see, even though this is a precipitous drop, which we knew that QM got screwed all the way around, just like all the other no spigot English stations, it's really not as bad as you think.
No? Explain how.
Because that 2.7, you double it and you subtract maybe 2/3 of a point. Right. It's got like a 5 something.
Carry the 1.
Carry the 1 and
divide by pi.
It's not so bad. Could be worse. Not much, but it could be a little bit worse. Okay. California. Now here's something that everybody's going to sit up. Something that the whole audience can sink their teeth into. California Supreme Court rules on oral sex.
Oh, my God.
I'm waiting.
California justices overturned state law requiring adults 21 years or older who are convicted of having oral sex with 16 and 17-year-olds to automatically register as a sex offender for life. They overturned that law. The California Supreme Court ruling, 6-1, said the law first adopted in 1947 was unconstitutional. The majority said the law was too harsh or unfair because adults 21 or older who are convicted of having sex with minors ages 16 and 17 are not automatically required to register as sex offenders. The justices pointed out that lawmakers declined to treat both categories of offenders equally 3 times in the last 10 years. The court noted that because the law did not treat the 2 categories of sex offenders similarly, the law violated both state and federal equal protection rights. Mandatory lifetime registration of all persons who, like defendant here, were convicted of voluntary oral copulation with a minor of the age of 16 or 17, but not of someone convicted of voluntary sexual intercourse with a minor of the same age, violates the Equal Protection Clause of the federal and state constitutions. Justice Joyce Kennard wrote for the majority. Joyce. That's the Joyce we need, not the Joyce we got. Adults who have sexual activity with children under 16 are required to register. The state maintains a public database with personal information of registered sex offenders. The justices, however, left intact a provision granting trial judges the discretion to demand registration for both categories of adult sex offenders, those that have oral sex or intercourse with minors ages 16 and 17. How do you like that? I wonder if they had oral arguments on that. How are we doing out there, by the way?
600.
Now we're plugging along, 12,605. We need another 395 in 40 minutes. It's unlikely, I guess, the way it's going, huh? Like we're doing about $100 every 10 minutes.
Well, who knows? Maybe we'll get a big
That would
push,
do it, huh?
Right? Maybe we'll get a big spurt all at once.
I doubt it. I just don't think so. I don't have that feeling. Let's see. Monica Bellucci. Bruce says, I would wake up... I would sell both nuts to wake up with her next to me. There you go, Bruce. Monica Bellucci. You got it?
I got it. He's great.
Miguel is with the QM van right now. From now till 2 o'clock, another 38 minutes. at the corner of University Drive and Broward Boulevard, one of the really busy intersections in Broward County, one of the hubs of our audience in South Florida. And so far we've got what, 600?
Yeah.
Well, that's not like terrible. I mean, the way you say it, like you're going to commit suicide or something over it.
Not me.
You think that's really bad?
No, I think that's okay.
We had a slow start. I have no idea why. That's why Miguel got there early, assuming they'd be lined up for miles for those about 30
man.
CDs. It's a collector's item, baby. Maybe someday you can have somebody you know sell them on eBay.
That's right.
Or not. And then, of course, the T-shirts, my God. Fantastic what those will come in useful for.
Car chamois.
Right.
Hanky.
Rectum.
Doily.
5670560.
Schmata.
Pound 560, the Verizon and Singular wireless line.
Turban.
That would be good. Would be an excellent instant schmata for you.
Wrap
Because the world, as you
shirt
know, I
around
keep
your
telling
head,
you,
right.
the world is all about headgear. It's the battle of the headgear, man. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing today?
Okay.
Is Winona Ryder on the poll?
Not yet.
Okay, well, if you could put her on, I would think...
Want a rider?
Yeah, definitely. Now, one more question. Does anybody know why Cinderella Man with Russell Crowe was not nominated for Best Picture this year? I thought it was great.
Cinderella Man with Russell Crowe. Maybe they're tired of him already.
I guess so, but it was a great movie. I saw it twice.
Really?
It's an excellent movie. It's best movie of the year by far.
Okay, thanks. Now, do you think that's Cinderella Man with Russell Crowe is the best movie of 2005? Did you see it?
I did not.
I did.
Oh. And?
It's good.
Not the best movie of the year.
I don't think it's better than Crash.
Oh, God. How could it be better than Crash? Now, some of you clowns out there, you're going to go out and you're going to get Crash, or you're just going to crash, and then you're going to say to us, oh, well, you guys were raving about it so much, and I thought it sucked. Well, that's the Requiem for a Dream. We had people say
Right.
that.
Look, if you don't think Crash is a good movie, then we don't want to know from you.
A very good point. It's the same with anybody who thinks Network wasn't good.
Yeah. Kind of punk.
Yeah.
Crime is mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Listen to me. Television is not the truth. So turn off your television sets. Turn them off right in the middle of the set.
They showed that clip, I'm Mad as Hell. They showed that during did you see it the other night?
And during the montage.
Yeah. And every time I see it, it's just electrifying. I don't know how anybody could fall asleep during that movie.
Well, maybe he was really drunk.
I'm sure it's possible.
Huh?
Maybe he was toasted.
Yeah, it's probably likely. I mean, what night was it?
No,
was
I definitely wasn't.
You were not, huh?
Sober as can
well,
be.
Maybe you should have been. Maybe try it next time. Arbitrary detention fueling dire situation in Iraq, according to Amnesty International. Dire, D-I-R-E, dire. Tens of thousands of people have been held arbitrarily in Iraq since the start of the U.S.-led invasion in March 2003, creating a situation that is ripe for abuse, Amnesty International has said. And I bet you it smells pretty ripe in there, too. Most of those held were neither charged nor faced trial, had no basic right to challenge their detention. The London-based human rights group said it launched a new report, Beyond Abu Ghraib Detention and Torture in Iraq. Nearly 3 years after the U.S. and allied forces invaded Iraq and toppled the government of Saddam Hussein, the human rights situation in the country remains dire, it said. They're in dire straits. The deployment of U.S.-led forces in Iraq and the armed response that engendered has resulted in thousands of deaths of civilians and widespread abuses amid the ongoing conflict. The report details what Amnesty calls human rights violations for which the U.S.-led multinational force is directly responsible, as well as those increasingly committed by Iraqi security forces. You notice the security forces are out of control. You notice that?
Yes, I did. For a while now.
The record of those forces, including U.S. forces and their U.K. allies, is an unpalatable one, they note. An unpalatable one. Not like your delicious lunch from John the Baker. It is unpalatable. Let me say it again. Unpalatable. It added, since the invasion of Iraq in March, that's like guys that are finger painting. You want to know why? Because they got no palate.
Oh, that's bad.
What would you rather have, no palate or a cleft palate?
Okay, no palate.
It added, since the invasion of Iraq in March 2003, tens of thousands of people have been detained by, who was the other one that they were? It was Marlon Brando, Sir Laurence Olivier. The other guy that was considered for The Godfather? Oh, I know, not Harrison Ford. That's too long ago. Who the hell was it?
I don't know.
Somebody very well known. Somebody famous.
Somebody will call.
And then Marlon put the thing in his cheek. Oh, brother. That was pretty fascinating. I had taped that earlier, and there was nothing else on, and I saw the Panthers lose, and I saw Philly give a point away to Montreal last night. You know, I was suicidal about that. So I watched the Brando biography. I bet you nobody in this audience realized, how many years have I told you that his first, how do I say it, his roommate when he went to acting school in New York as a young man was Wally Cox, Mr. Peepers.
Well, you told us that.
And like they said in there, it was a very unlikely duo, but they were pretty tight, those two. And when Wally died, Marlon Brando went to court to fight Wally Cox's mother to get Wally's ashes.
Huh.
And she finally gave up the fight because she had assumed that, based on his behavior, he needed them more than she did. He was like psychotic about it.
Maybe he wanted to rub them on his forehead.
When he croaked, he had their ashes spilled together.
Huh.
Yeah. Which is very much, weren't we just talking about gay Edgar Hoover yesterday and
Yes,
his
we
boyfriend?
were. Very interesting.
Tolson, what that was his name, Clyde Tolson? And when he died, they weren't cremated, they were like buried side by each, right next to each other, real close.
I thought they were buried above each other.
Yeah, but the question is, who was on top?
This
I think
is
we know.
Neil Rogers.
Rectum.
This is 560 QAM.
We're the flagship station.
This weekend on Access Hollywood.
George Michael, you were busted over the weekend for drug possession, right? Yeah. What kind of shape were you in? And what kind of drugs? The cops wanted to bring you down to the station. What did you say to them? So, innocent or guilty? Anything else you want to say? No, thanks. I don't swing that way. Thanks for the interview. Gotta go.
That's this weekend on Access Hollywood.
Thanks, Pat. By the way, have another one. Bottoms up. 132 at QM, we got votes standing by with 1,218 votes, and out there at the van, we got a big number. It's
incoming.
It's incoming. Now, what do we have on the last one? 600?
600, yeah.
600. Well, we better be up to 7 now. We're not going to make that 4,000 today. The phone ringing yet?
No.
Well, maybe he's really busy. Maybe they're like backed up all the way up to Naranja.
Let's pretend.
Or down to Naranja. Maybe they're backed up to Gould's. Yanni faces domestic battery charge. I extrapolated between 10 and 2 and men 25-54, about a 6-3 in January.
That's pretty good.
Not so bad, is it?
It's in the right direction.
Well, no, that's and again, keep in mind that's 10 to 2.
Right.
That's just my extrapolation. It could be like between a 6. It's probably around a 6 and probably more.
Yeah, like 680 we got.
Oh, 680 on the dial. So we got 680, so that's almost another 100. So
right.
we got a shot. We got a half an hour to do 320. Let's see, 320 would get us right to 13 grand, man. That would be nice. Lucky 13. Wouldn't that be nice? That'd be sweet.
That'd be sweet.
Huh? 12,680. You don't think we can do it, do you?
No.
Neither one of you.
No.
You don't?
No.
Shell gas station. Okay, here's the deal, okay? My whole reputation and career after 30 years in the market is on the line. Because these two naysayers don't think that I can do it. You didn't think I could do it the other day either, whatever we were shooting for. Remember that?
Right.
Past you like we were standing still. We got 12,680, leaves 320. That's like 16 deals. Even Monty Hall's impressed. What was the guy's name? Jay, whatever his name was. Jay something or other. He used to bring all those prizes up on those little stands. Remember he used to schlep all that? Jay with the glasses. Jay Stewart.
Okay.
God, what a memory. For crap. Good Canadian boy, Monty Hall, man. Good Jewish Canadian boy who gave him zillions of dollars to charity. He's about 400 years old now. You know who was on after Don Knotts croaked the other day? They've had on a lot.
I give up.
Speaking of that movie, Touch of Class, Andy Griffith.
Oh, okay.
He's all over the place, and here we thought he was dead, or at least I did. I was sure he was dead.
No.
Yanni faces domestic battery charge after allegedly slapping his girlfriend. I like that. Oh. Easy listening music star Yanni spent a night in jail last week after being accused of slapping his girlfriend during a dispute at his Manalapan home. Yanni, 51, whose legal name is John Yanni Christopher. Oh, I love it.
It's
so
soothing.
smooth.
Right. It's music to slap your bitch by.
Yeah, there you go. Slap her around, Yanni. struck the woman after he told her to leave his beachfront home and she was gathering her belongings on Thursday night. The woman, Silva Barthes, 33, of Miami Beach, had a mark on her face and accused him of grabbing her arms and throwing her on a bed. The Greece-born keyboardist and composer faces a misdemeanor domestic battery charge. His West Palm Beach-based attorney, Orlando Gonzalez, denied Barthes' allegations. He called Yanni a nonviolent man who would never hurt anybody. He's the most gentle man around, he said. His hands are his instruments. Right.
Right. He used
that's
them.
what the Boston Strangler said, too, I think. They were heading home to his house from dinner. At his house, she was getting her things when this is what she claimed. He grabbed her clothing off the hangers in the closet, threw them on the ground. Yanni then gripped and shook her by the forearms, threw her on a bed, and jumped on top of her. During the confrontation, he slapped her in the face. Police confirmed that Barthes had a swollen and bloody lip. As she declined medical treatment, couldn't be reached by phone yesterday. Yanni explained to police that she kicked him, even though it sounded like a hissy fit to me, you know?
Yeah.
Clarence can relate to it. It sounded like a hissy fit.
You know, Yanni is a self-taught pianist.
I beg your pardon?
He taught himself.
Speaking of body parts, Arcadia, California. This is even for me, this is kind of sick, but it's a true story. A 16-year-old's prosthetic legs, the 16-year-old girl's prosthetic legs, which were stolen twice since November, have been quietly returned, police said.
Huh. Would you make noise if you
No.
had been the perpetrator?
Melissa Huff's mother found the legs in her unlocked car, which she had parked at Arcadia High School on Wednesday afternoon. Nobody was seen in or around the car. Arcadia Police Lieutenant Ken Harper said there were no witnesses. We lifted some fingerprints. We'll see if there's any match. Huff's right leg was amputated below the knee after she was struck by a car 2 years ago. The first theft happened November 1st when somebody cut a hole in a window screen in the Huff's home and stole a $12,000 cosmetic leg. God, that's a lot to pay for a leg, isn't it?
Sure is. Almost
for a doctor
like
and
an
two
arm and a leg.
companies donated money for a new $16,000 sports leg, which he uses to play softball on the Arcadia High team. A sports leg, a cosmetic leg.
You've seen them.
And I have the feeling that we're on our last legs. The stolen leg was tossed in the family's backyard in January. But on Valentine's Day, somebody stole both legs. After prying open a screen window, she'd been unable to wear either prosthetic at the time because of her surgery. The legs were returned Wednesday, but had graffiti on them. She was scheduled to pick up another new leg this Friday when the community rallied to buy for her. She said she and her family believe the thief knows her. Doesn't bother me, she said. I'm not scared of them. Arcadia's about 24 miles east of L.A. Arcadia. Now, let's see. Arcadia's where, isn't Santa Anita's in Arcadia, I believe. Is it not? You wouldn't know that.
I would
Hank
not.
Of course, knows. Yeah, I think, let's see. Hollywood Park is in Inglewood, I believe, California, and Santa Anita's in Arcadia. I think. What do I know? It's been a long time since I've been out there. I'm not going there no more. You know where I'm thinking of going again?
I give up.
Hawaii.
Ah, Hawaii.
I haven't been there in a long, long time. And, of course, it's a long schlep. But you know what a really good trip, like next summer, not this year, but like maybe next summer would be? Think about this.
Bring me back some Maui. Wowie.
Toronto to Vegas for a day or two, and then over to Hawaii for about 4 days, and then back to Vegas for a day or two, and then back here. How's that sound?
Thought you were never going to Vegas again.
Yeah, but don't you understand? It's convenient. It's
right. He changes his mind a lot.
I wouldn't go there again just by itself. In other words, just to make a special trip to go there.
Sure.
But as a way of breaking up that because it's I don't know, it's like about 10, 11 hours of flying to Honolulu. You ever been to Hawaii?
No.
Josh?
No.
Well, why do you say it like that?
Because it would cost money, and you know neither one of us has any.
Well, I mean, what kind of family did you have? They didn't take you anywhere, like special? I mean, you were in
I've been a lot of places.
Didn't you live in California once upon a time?
I did.
Well,
I've lived all over the place in this country.
Well, Honolulu. Well, Honolulu's
well,
in this
yeah,
country.
technically. But yeah.
Mr. Expert.
There you go. Whatever.
In this country, you see, that's the way you look at it, like it's some kind of a foreign country, just because they got all those fat sumo wrestlers there. Now, I'm telling you, oh man, the Pacific Ocean is so beautiful. The Atlantic is schmutz, man. It's just like dirty and cold. The Pacific is warm and clean and pristine. And you want to know why?
Why?
Because Hawaii is like there's not much else out there. You know, the Pacific is a huge ocean and there ain't not much in it. As opposed to the Atlantic, at least our part, you got Florida and the Caribbean, all those islands, all those turds being drifted all over the Caribbean. Oh my God, like the Cayman Islands.
My LA experience, I didn't see much of a clean ocean. But that was a long time ago.
I'm not talking to L.A. You've got 20 million people polluting that.
Okay.
I'm talking out in the middle of the ocean, man.
And smelt it.
Oh yeah, I felt it and smelled it and dealt it. And that drive, although I will say the drive up the West Coast Highway, did you guys either one do that?
No.
Like You never did that?
No.
Like Hearst Castle, you never saw that and drove up through Carmel and saw
No.
Clint Eastwood and Jessica Walter there and everything? Huh?
No.
Josh?
Over at
No, I
Carmel
haven't
by
been
the
there in a long
sea?
time.
No.
Oh, boy. That's the only reason I'd go back to California, just to drive up that West Coast Highway. And maybe go to Sacramento. I love Sacramento. Go to the racetrack there. Watch Rick Keebler and the Elves driving all around the track. How many votes we got? We got 1232. I'm going to the dentist tomorrow, by the way. George is going to be on, so if you hate me, be sure and tune in all 4 hours. But he ain't on all 4 hours. It's only till 12:50 because we got the Marlins.
That's right. It's short. Not short enough, but...
It's short. It won't be as painful as if you hate. And if you, whatever. We don't really care what you hate. We're just doing the best we can.
I'm going to be playing Cat Calloway.
Jessica Alba's got 171. The Woman You Most Desire, Halle Berry 150. Angelina Jolie 135. And Charlize Theron 117. And your lady, Scarlett Johansson, is bubbling under. She's got 99. She's
You
bubbling.
go, girl.
Bubbling up.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Rogers. Hi, this is Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger with another California report. This week, I've been traveling all across California to let people know about my strategic growth plan. Too many people. This is a huge problem all around our state. My plan will reduce quality of life for everyone in our state. Traffic is a huge part of my strategic growth plan. That's why in the coming weeks and months, pollution will be increasing. My plan will reduce roads, overpasses, bridges, and we can do it in a responsible way, raising taxes. My plan chokes the air with pollution and slows down the economy. And this is so important for California because it will help us reduce our population by nearly 20% over the next 10 years. Thank you very much for listening.
Okay, thank you. 145 at QM. We got Bo standing by. 2 Mad Dog is not here today, so we got Curtis from 4 to 7, and then the hurricane stuff. And don't forget, speaking of hurricane stuff, Josh Cordes will be at the Smoky Bones, Berry Bones, Bernie Kosar Steakhouse, 5960 Southwest 70th Street, just 2 blocks west of US 1, with the Best of Neil stuff. The About 30
man.
CD and T-shirt. All the benefit of Band and Pat Rescue. If he don't raise at least $500 there tonight, don't come back.
All right, see ya.
And right now, well, what do we got now?
We got 760.
Okay, so that's 12,765. Means we need $235 more in 15 minutes. Can we do it? We're getting right on the edge of it now.
A tall order.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, we only did $80 since that last one. So we're kind of like tailing off. We need $235 between now and 2 o'clock to get to even 13,000. That would be that would be almost $1,000 for today. That would be well worth Miguel's going out there for. Otherwise, major waste of time, and we're pissed off. You see how close we are to being happy about it?
Right, we're very close.
It's up to the audience, up to you. Shell Station, corner University and Broward Boulevard, instead of going in there and wasting your money on them fattening donuts. Right?
Right.
Or going right up to Carvel up there. In fact, you can go to Carvel, just eat half the amount of ice cream you were going to buy. Don't get quite so many of them flying sausages. What else is in that? Nothing.
Is in what?
Is in that neck of the woods. There ain't nothing no mo.
Oh, I don't know.
There's that Chinese restaurant there, the Coriander Palace. You know the one I'm talking about?
No.
The one where everything in the place smells like armpits?
Oh, no. I really don't know.
Yeah, you do. We've talked about it. Anyway, so it's up to the audience. You got 14 minutes. We need $235, which is what? Figure it out. 20 into 235. It's not hard math. I figure 240 is 12. 12 deals. Or 6 people with $40. That's more like it. Right? Or somebody really generous that cares about the puppies. In fact, it's right next door to that fine plantation animal hospital, right? Wouldn't you think that a lot of people, as they're picking up or dropping off their little dogs and cats, they would stop by over there at the Shell gas station, gas up a little bit, and then say hi to Miguel, and throw him a few bucks?
It would be the right thing to do.
That would definitely be the right thing to do if you care about dogs or cats. I mean, even cats. Oh, speaking of cats, Rolling Stone magazine's a smash hit with the Chinese. What? The Chinese are big into cats, man. They like to stick them in that wok and fry them up real good, a little Crisco. Mmm. Why do you think they love those Siamese cats so much? Chinese readers bought nearly every copy of the inaugural edition of Rolling Stone in Beijing yesterday. On the cover of the first edition in Chinese of the American Bible of Pop Culture is Qui Zhan, the godfather of Chinese rock and roll. Featuring the 44-year-old rock star was a bold choice. Cui only last September played his first public concert in China in 12 years to nearly 10,000 fans in the Workers' Stadium in Beijing. The magazine features Jay Chou, a pop star from Taiwan, Nigo, a Japanese hip-hop artist, and Muzimi, a Chinese blogger famous for her sex diary, to round out its Asian input. More than half of the content is translated from the U.S. edition. I'll tell you one thing about those Chinese. Their government may be repressive, but they sure... I say, although I guess, isn't it against the law to have more than 2 children there now?
That's what I heard, but maybe they changed that.
No, I don't think so. Oh, no. More than 2 kids? Bada bing. They shoot off your thing.
Rhymes with Beijing.
Right. An opening editorial, Rolling Stone says, today we're sending out a call to our readers. Let us join together in the East to create a legend that'll be worthy of this age. Whatever the hell that means. A legend. Sales have been brisk since it hit the streets on Saturday. One magazine's stall holder said, I've sold out. That's more than 20 copies today. Maybe it's because of the free gift, but I think it's because people are quite interested to read this new magazine. A baseball cap with Rolling Stone on the front is tucked into the magazine. I'm going to keep this as a souvenir. One day it could be a collector's item, said Wang Tong as he bought the stall's last copy. Don't you think that the Orientals could work a little bit on the names? And also the Muslims, you know?
What? I'm sure it sounds normal to them.
I mean, everybody, yeah, but everybody is named either Ahmed or Mohammed or a combination, or
right.
Al this, Al Rosen, Al Goldstein, Al Schwartz, Al, you know?
Right.
Al Solomon.
And what's wrong with the Chinese names?
A little name help. You know?
Everyone is Wong?
Maybe Booker Brown could, create something fancy for him. 567-0560, pound 560 on the Verizon singular wireless lines. Should we take a couple of calls here? Really shying the callers here, but that's because they were so good. And I want to get all that good stuff in there.
Right.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Great.
A website you should probably check out. It's called impeachpac.org.
Okay.
I read about it yesterday in the Wall Street Journal. It's an organization that's trying to create awareness for the impeachment of both President Bush and VP Cheney. And it's right now they're looking for funding. They also have sample letters that you can download and, basically just put your own name on them. And
be careful about that, Pally. Be careful about that.
So,
I put somebody else's name on it.
If you get a chance, check it out. If you think it's worth plugging, then hopefully we'll hear more about it.
Okay, I'll take a look at it. Thanks.
Alrighty.
I mean, I'm only half joking when I say that, because I think people are going to be and that's the whole idea, is to intimidate the public. Like all those little grandmas and grandpas, they get together and they have their cookies, like we saw in Fahrenheit 9/11, And next thing you know, the FBI is there, the CIA, they're all investigating, they're knocking on your door, they're conducting all kinds of, they're just terrorizing these people because they have the audacity to publicly speak out. Like Cindy Sheehan, how long did it take? How many minutes did it take?
About 30, man.
Before they started the smear and schmear campaign on her. Because she had the audacity to suggest that her son gave his life for nothing based on a pack of lies. Shame on her. So there are a lot of people, and this is the way fascism works. You silence everybody and you thread, just like the thing with the reporters now. They're following that story we had yesterday, and you think America cares? No, they don't. That's the problem. And we got Kira Phillips there on CNN talking crap.
It can, as can.
Oh, brother. I'd like to see a big tumor grow on her forehead right before 2 o'clock. 1,250 votes. We're doing great on that poll. Sensational. The woman you most desire. We're doing great on the website. We're doing great with everything else. But that thing with the CD. Now, seriously, how much do you think we're going to raise? You said 3 months we're going to do this. That would be March, April, May.
40 to 50 grand.
I say just to be sure, let's carry it on until the summer schedule starts.
Okay.
Until like the middle of June, till my June vacation. How's that?
50 grand.
Think we can do that?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be too bad.
Wouldn't be bad at all.
Oh. That would make it all worthwhile. I mean, we're almost at 13 right now. We'd be ecstatic. We would be squeezing our kneecaps. We'd be like dancing a jig and a Kazatsky and a Kanahora and whatever else. If by 2 o'clock we got that extra $235. You think it's going to happen? No.
No.
Why not? Why are you so negatory?
Well, it's just my style.
No wonder Clarence hates you. No, he didn't. He was very. We had a good chat.
Good. I'm relieved.
As the bishop said, we have an understanding. Of course, remember what happened to the bishop, Clarence? Don't forget that. No, that was a good scene. Remember that when he went tumbling down that spiral staircase there at the Vatican?
That was a long fall.
Yeah.
With the flowing, fluttering
But that
robes.
flowing gown that he had on, man. Oh, that was so lovely. He had such a nice outfit. One thing you got to say about those pansies at the Vatican, they sure are good snappy dressers.
Yeah, they are.
I was going to say faggots. Barry Bonds. First Kirby Puckett died. Now, why couldn't Barry Bonds have died and Kirby Puckett stay alive, Josh?
Barry Bones?
Barry Bones. That was cute. Barry Bones. Oh, my God. And, of course, he's getting by on a bare bones budget. He only makes, about $15 million a year, something like that, to be doing all them roids.
That's right.
And if this book, and I just have a feeling they didn't publish a book like that without knowing their crap, having their ducks in a row.
They don't
so
know
he
nothing.
really is
They're
doing
just trying to
all
make a couple of bucks.
creams and potions and lotions and smearing this and popping pills. You know, I think that I have like an asterisk. Because the idea that to put him in the same category with like real ball players like Hank Aaron and Baby Ruth. What?
It's tired, this argument.
Put him in the same category with like real ball players. That would be like putting racehorses that are using stimulants and drugs in the same category with like Niatros and Secretariat, stuff like that.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Jason, you're on QAM.
We don't have any National Guardsmen because they're all fighting a war in Iraq right now.
Not the National Guard.
Pardon?
Not the National Guard.
No National Guard in Iraq?
Not. There's no National Guard. No.
Finally got a call here. The number one rated Mohammed and David in his home. At least according to my aspirations. Stay away from me. I don't even know how you have children. Miramar, hello.
Yes, I want to take on Jay Fiedler.
Oh, well, Jay Fiedler is a great quarterback and a good Jew.
I like Jay Fiedler.
Well, not to mention he's got extraordinarily smooth buttocks.
Oh, yeah!
You gotta be careful what you say here.
Okay, Doc. Thank you, Mo.
No, wait a minute. Don't go.
But I have nothing else to say.
Well, how about this? How's the weather down there in the Miramar?
I'm right down the street from you.
Oh, yeah.
I have to go.
Oh, wait. By the way, something.
No, I have to go.
Look, I tell you what. I'll hold you over the break. How's that, huh? I'll give you one of my old tank T-shirts. How's that? No, wait. That was the only caller we had.
The veins on your nose is glowing again. Wow! You got big wiggle veins on your nose and on your face, and around those oozing pimples you call If you go look in the mirror, you'll see a roadmap of vigilante. You got your hippies on, way too tight.
My nose glows when something stings. Almost every day I think. And my veins, they start to tickle. My adenoid, doy. Yeah, I look like I'm falling apart. That's because I'm a crazy old fire. With a nose that's filled with purple veins. Something like that you want to see. A science channel discovery. My nose has a bleeding purple veins.
Okay, almost out of time. Now, here's the big number. Here comes that magical moment. It's going to be bad news, I'm afraid.
And the final is 850.
Yes?
850.
Oh, so close. 12,855. All we needed was another $145. 7 more people. 7 or 8. And you want to know what? There is only one. Let's find some good in that. You know what it is? It's good for you.
For who?
For Josh.
Why is that?
Because that means now, tonight at Smoky Bones,
that's right. It'll be
Barry
his job,
Bones,
right.
Bernie Kosar Steakhouse, all he needs to do is get the other $145, and we'll have our $13,000.
So come on out, folks.
I mean, if you can't get $145, Jesus. Wouldn't that be embarrassing?
Yeah, it will be.
What did you get the other day at Smoky Joe's?
$1.50.
I got 80.
Like I said, you better start leaning on this right now. The address is 5960 Southwest 70th Street, just 2 blocks west of US 1. And Josh will, dance on the table naked if you throw a 20 at him, okay? Bernie Kosar Steakhouse, $145. Anybody could do that.
Bye.